Well, good evening and welcome to the KPEG Game of the Week. Tonight, it's the Cabrillo Conquistadors hosting the Templeton Eagles. This is Greg Ratcliffe coming straight into your living room via the magic of radio and broadcasting direct from Houck Stadium, where the 0-3 Conks are getting ready to take on the 1-2 Eagles. The home team Conquistadors take the field tonight looking for their first win of the year after losing 3 straight to open the season, the latest being a 46-24 loss to Santa Maria last week. The Eagles lost the first 2 games of their season, but turned things around last week with a 30-15 victory at Kern Valley. So tonight, Cabrillo looks to get into the win column while Templeton tries to even up their record at 2-2. Now, I had the honor and the opportunity to meet with head coach A.J. Pateras yesterday. We spoke about his background, his team, and the new mindset at Cabrillo football. Let's take a listen to what Coach Pateras had to say.
Okay, I'm here with Cabrillo head coach A.J. Pateras. Coach, thanks for taking the time to meet with me. This is your first year as head coach of the Conks. And tell us a little bit about your background.
A little bit about my background. New teacher. Grew up in Ventura, California most of my life. Traveled a little bit before I got in the military. But been coaching at Ventura High School for about 9 or 10 years as an assistant coach on the lower levels. Worked my way up through the program to a varsity assistant, varsity coordinator. Father of 2 kids. Got an 8 and almost 10-year-old. Uncle of like 5. And just very passionate about coaching. And so I've got the opportunity to come up here and be a teacher, which was important, and then also be a head coach.
Well, excellent. Welcome to Cabrillo. Glad you're here. And let's talk a little bit about your team. You've had a rough start so far, losing your first 3 games, but you had a better showing Friday against the Saints. Did you see some things there last week that you can build on?
I think we've seen things each week. We look at kind of the process of growth as incremental. We're not going to be successful day one. It takes a lot of learning how to do things. The process of growth, I think, starts with, how to prepare, how to practice, being in the right uniform, being accountable for your actions, and working hard. And so we started that back in about March, right after spring break. We started morning weights. Wasn't optional. It was mandatory for all athletes, from the freshmen that were going to be sophomores, the sophomores that were going to be juniors, and the juniors that were going to be seniors. All of them had to be there. We had good numbers for that. We were above 50 kids when we did that. And, it's just learning each week. So first week, a lot of drop passes, a lot of missed opportunities. Second week, some missed blocking assignments, some missed tackling. So we've had these things each week where we're like, well, if we fix this, we fix this, we fix this, we put ourselves in a better situation. And last week I thought we had signs throughout the game where we did that. And then we had letdowns in the game that were significant. And I think our kids are learning that those letdowns can be, big issues on the football field when it comes to points and turnovers and things like that. So the growth we're seeing has been each day. We've got a lot of kids stepping up, a lot of kids doing things for the first time, and I think that's the big issue is some of these kids have never been put in these situations. And so there's no reference. There's no reference of success. There's no reference of skill use. And so we're building on those types of things every single day.
It sounds like you're building a new work ethic as well.
Significantly. It's things I learned growing up. It's things I learned in the military. It's things that coaches that taught me how to play instilled in me. And it's, you grab your lunch pail, you grab your hard hat, and you go to work. You literally go to work. And our staff, our coaching staff, there's 14 coaches. 13 all do not work on this campus. So they're all coming from somewhere else. They're coming from a middle school or an elementary school, or they're coming from a dentist office, or they're coming from the base, or they're coming from Buellton. These guys are coming from all over Santa Barbara, and they're coming off of work early, coming back and working with our kids. And so I think our kids are starting to understand that it's bigger than you just show up. You really have to invest the time, both physically and mentally, to be successful.
Excellent. Well, let's talk about some of your kids, the key players. Who should we have our eyes on tonight?
Well, I think Ben Dixon has kind of been the most stable athlete we have right now in our program. He's a senior. You kind of know what you're going to get with Ben every day. He's going to give you hard work. He's going to be very cerebral in his approach. He's going to have good questions for if a coach says something, he's going to have a why, or is this why, So it's very important that you have senior leadership that way that kind of guides the younger kids in terms of how to go about doing things. So I expect Ben to have a big night. JD stepped up last week, had a couple big catches, maybe missed an interception or two, but was in good spots to make plays. So I expect those two to step up and have a good night. And I think Jackson Anderson's going to kind of show up a little bit more. And he was a little spark for us in the second half, and I expect him to have a big night Friday.
Okay, well, watch out for him as well. Let's talk a little bit about tonight's opponent, the Templeton Eagles. What do we know about the Eagles, and how do you think you match up?
Well, we saw them in the summer. We went to one of those passing tournaments, which I love to hate in terms of what they do for us. They're good things and bad things when you do those kinds of competitions. But we saw Templeton in the summer. Scrappy, physical bunch, well coached, well disciplined. And we know kind of going in that, we're going to have to play very, very well and very disciplined to succeed. Offensively, they're a lot like us, and they're actually a lot like Santa Maria. So we know where we didn't do well in the run game against Santa Maria. And so we're going to have to be prepared for seeing kind of the same thing in just a different uniform color. Defensively, they're a different defensive style than we've seen this year. But I don't think it limits their ability to kind of attack kind of some of the things they give us. So going to be a tough opponent. They're 1-2. I think they just won this last week, so they're coming fresh off a win, so they'll have some confidence. But like us, they got small numbers and they got a long drive. So, hopefully we show up prepared mentally because the physical stuff we handled already.
All right, Coach. Well, I'd like to finish up our interview with an injury report. Do you have anyone out this week?
Austin Martin he's been out for a couple weeks now. He tweaked his knee against DP, so he's the only significant injury. Everybody else is more bumps and bruises, and like football, you always got to play through some of those things. So no significant injuries, which is nice.
That's good news. All right, Coach. Well, thank you for your time, and good luck against the Templeton Eagles tonight.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Well, back now at Houck Stadium, I'm joined in the press box by the Statmeister himself, Mike Loney. Mike, we just had a beautiful national anthem and a touching memorial to Craig McNamee, a longtime local sports activist and
icon.
Yeah, that's a good word. Very well done in a moment of silence here at the stadium.
One of those guys who never wanted a lot of attention, but without him, a lot of things would never have gotten done.
Well, indeed. Mike, we'll get back to football now. This is our first look at both of these teams this season. Let's start off with the Conquistadors. What can you tell us about the Conks and how they match up against Templeton tonight?
Well, tonight we have two offenses, which are the resistible forces, and two defenses, which are the movable objects. So the team that, in the words of our old pal Al Hunt, blocking and tackling tonight this is very, very basic stuff. If the team that can hold on to the ball, that can run the ball, and that can, in fact, execute cleanly, is going to win this game.
I think this should be a pretty competitive contest from what I can see.
It should be. Templeton actually holds the series advantage, 7-5, but this is one of the more competitive series that Cabrillo has had since the turn of the century, which is a phrase I really wasn't planning on using much a decade ago, but it's getting to be a while back. Actually, since 2005, Cabrillo's 55-86. Since 2004, Templeton's 88-61. So they have an advantage in overall record. But these have been fairly close the last few years. Templeton won the first 5, and then in 2011. Cabrillo beat them twice, once in the CIF playoffs. I believe we were actually there. Here, Greg.
I think we might have been, yes.
Here at Lawrence J. Houck Stadium.
These Eagles will be taking on the Lompoc Braves here very shortly as well. I think in 2 weeks.
A couple weeks, yeah.
So, looks like the Eagles will be set to kick off, and Conquistadors will receive the opening kickoff dressed in their home field black. Templeton in their green pants and white jerseys. We're just about to get underway. The kick is in the air. It's a nice over-end kick, fielded at about the 12-yard line on the far side, going up the hash mark, looking for some blockers, cuts it into the middle, gets a little bit of space out across the 30 to the 32.
And that's your favorite player on Greg?
Zazkowski.
Zazkowski.
Yes. J.D. Zazkowski. You'll be hearing that a lot tonight.
He's out to the 33. Cabrillo.
Conquistadors will take over 1st and 10 from there. Quick note on the previous game, JV played here before this one got started. Templeton got the best of that one, 64-0. So the varsity hoping to fare better than their younger counterparts.
That makes the Templeton JV 2-1-1 on the season. A little bit of confusion in the backfield on that one, but
that was Tito Mbiza, number 24, right up the middle for, about 3 yards?
Yeah, we'll call it 3.
2nd and 7, ball at the 36.
The back coming in motion across the backfield ran into the quarterback, and
quarterback keeper this time, sweeping out here to the near side, will get wrapped up in the backfield for a loss.
And the quarterback tonight is number 6, Jackson Anderson. He came on the last couple weeks.
Anderson, a 6'3", 160-pound junior. So tall, lanky kid from the shotgun.
And the passing down, which
has been deep to the far sideline and nobody home.
Yeah, and passing has been fraught with danger for both these teams. Neither one anywhere really near 50% throwing the ball.
Well, that one was a route that got run wrong or something, miscommunication, because there was nobody anywhere in the neighborhood for that one.
Yeah, that was.
So a quick 3 and out for the Conks, and they'll have to punt.
That ball was in no danger of being touched by anybody on the field.
From either team.
Back to punt for Cabrillo is the tent pole of
high snap way over his head, rolling back to the goal line. He's not going to be able to get this in a way. Running for his life now down the near sideline, and Temple's going to have great field position as they make the spot at about the 16.
Yeah, Ben Dixon picked that up at around the 6 and managed to get 10 yards of it back, but he had no chance of touching that one either. That was that snap may have even been higher over everybody than the previous pass.
Yeah, Ben Dixon is 6'1", and he had no chance of getting that one.
No, he could have climbed the ladder and stood on LeBron James' shoulders, and he wouldn't have touched.
Still come up short. Yeah. So a 3 and out, and then a botched punt attempt, and the Eagles are in great shape. 1st and 10 at the Conquistadors 16.
10:57 to go here.
They come out on a 4-receiver set, 3 high, and a flag comes out before the snap. This will be. Let's start. No. This is against the Conquistadors. Offsides. That's not the signal for offsides. Okay. Nonetheless, 1st and 5 from the 11. Running play straight up the middle. That's number 18, Shane Simonin. And he is in the end zone for a touchdown. So first play from scrimmage for the Templeton Eagles, and they are on the board early.
And that's not the way Cabrillo wanted to start this game.
No. 3 and out, a special teams disaster, and then 1 play later, you're behind. So point after coming up.
And
early movement on the line. This will cost Cabrillo half the distance. And now substitutions for the Templeton Eagles. They may be going for 2 now when as things are a little shorter now. Yep, kicker off the field.
2 penalties, and
Four receiver set once again for the Eagles, spreading the field from the
8
shotgun.
in at quarterback.
Morgan Scovell. Runs into his backer. Now has to sprint for the pylon on the far side. I don't think he's going to get there.
And we got a flag down, Greg.
Stopped short and a flag late. That's right. Well, all sorts of interesting things happening early. See if the Eagles will get another chance at this one. Doesn't look like it, as both teams are exiting the field of play. Penalty flag is laying over there on the far side around the 2-yard line.
And we already have your favorite thing of all time, Greg, a zebra huddle.
A zebra huddle early. Okay. Personal foul. Eagles declined.
Yeah, I think we're getting offsetting.
Offsetting. Okay. All right, so the point after, 2-point attempt is no good. So at the 10:54 mark here in the first quarter, the Eagles strike first. It's Templeton 6, Cabrillo nothing.
And we mentioned the movable object tonight, Greg. Templeton is averaging a little less than 43 points a game that they're giving up, and Cabrillo is up around 53. So neither team really averaging over 20 points. So something's got to give. But it's not usually the kind of something's got to give that you're expecting.
As we get ready for the kickoff, let's thank the Surf Connection for being with us tonight. Thank you so much to Robin and Dave and all the gang over at the Surf Connection for being part of our broadcast tonight and all season long. The Surf Connection. Thank you for your support.
And it comes down to Zajkowski again. And he was over on the right side of the formation.
Returns out across the 20 to about the 21.
Carson Rasmussen on the start. Cabrillo begins their second possession.
Yeah, put it on the 22 officially.
45 to go.
So Cabrillo will hope to have a little more success in their first possession, which was a quick 3 and out.
Mason Towns was the deep man in the kick return formation, and the ball never got close to being near to him. So haven't really seen a whole lot from the kickers so far.
Okay, so Cabrillo will send 2 receivers up top, one here to the near side.
Zajkowski is the near man.
From the shotgun. Quarterback keeper up the middle. Ball is loose in the backfield. I think Templeton may have it.
I believe so.
Nope. Covered by Cabrillo.
Oh.
Anderson.
He got very lucky.
Yeah. Anderson covered it up.
Sean Cooper was, I think, laying on the ball.
I don't know how he didn't come up with it because he was there first. But no gain on the play. 2nd and 10. Cabrillo dodges a bullet. Anderson, again, from the shotgun, keeper, hangs onto the ball this time and gets out to about the 28.
Yeah.
Nice gain of about 6. It'll be 3rd down and 4 for Cabrillo from their own 28-yard line.
And this would be a huge, huge pickup if they can get the first down here.
4 receiver set, 3 wide, 1 in the slot. Anderson from the shotgun again, looking to pass all the way, throws this one incomplete. Mason Towns, the intended receiver.
Quarterback Anderson rolled right a couple steps and threw it quickly, but Town was covered. Indeed, all 4 receivers were covered.
I think even if he had made that catch, I think he was short of the first down.
Yeah, it was very, very close, but I think he was about a foot inside of it.
Punting once again, a good snap this time, gets the kick away. It'll take a nice little Cabrillo bounce, fielded at the 38. Return right up the middle to about the 45-yard line. So Templeton will take over on their own side of the 50 this time. The Conquistadors slow to get up after the tackle. Looks like that might be Christian Reyes, number 9, down at the 45. Training staff out to take a look. Clock stopped at 9:52 here in the first quarter. Templeton with the early 6-0 lead. And you are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here on 100.9 FM.
Not only that, it's the first installment of the KPEG Double Dip Weekend.
That's right. We are excited to be able to bring you back-to-back games on Friday and Saturday night here at Houck Stadium this evening with the Conquistadors, and tomorrow night we'll be on the road heading down to Santa Barbara to visit La Playa Stadium, where the Braves will be taking on the Dons in our Game 2 of our Double Dip.
The lovely La Playa Stadium. It should be quite nice down there with the sun setting over the ocean.
Reyes being helped off, limping and noticeably.
Yeah, and I think he's done for the game.
I would not doubt it. Don't speculate on what that injury is, but definitely lower body.
Yeah. Mike Torrey out there with him, and Mike's one of the best. Lompoc Valley is blessed with some really good athletic trainers.
You betcha. So 1st and 10 for the Eagles at their own 45-yard line.
4 wide, 1 back.
From the shotgun, quick pass out to the far side, complete. Picks up a blocker and gets knocked out of bounds, goes to midfield.
Morgan Scoville, the quarterback, should mention left-handed quarterback.
Stopped him at the 49-yard line on the Templeton side of the 50, so it'll be 2nd down and 6. And then we have a whistle on stoppage of play. We're going to readjust the clock, looks like.
And they're going to move it from 9:28 to 9:33, apparently.
There we go. Now they got it set. And we'll get back to action. 2nd and 6 from the 49. One man in motion. And run right up the middle. That's 18.
He's finally stopped by number 10, Bryce Kinsley.
Justin Pilato? No, sorry. Yep, on the stop.
And Shane Simonin.
18 stops 18. Or something like that. 1st and 10 now, all the way down to the Cabrillo 29. And off up the middle again. If it works, keep doing it. Simonin on the carry once again down to the 23, 22. Gain of about 7.
Good chunk anyway.
Templeton in a bit of a hurry up. Fakes the handoff on the sweep. Quarterback would keep it himself, looking for some room. Breaks a tackle and gets into the secondary and inside the 10-yard line before he's brought down. About the 9.
Would have had the first down if he'd been tackled by the first guy around the 16. But
Morgan Scoville with the nice carry and the first down for the Eagles. 1st and goal. Just inside the 10. Sticking to the running game, breaking a tackle in the end zone. Touchdown, Shane Simonin. And so far, the running game for the Eagles has been too much for the Conch D. No answer for number 18 to this point, and it's 12-0. Templeton will go for the single point after. Michael Medina with the kick and another flag.
And I think we've got offsides again. Right?
Yep. Offsides against the Conch. You're right, Mike. And once again, the Eagles will bring out the 2-point team. Well, the entire team has left the field. Cabrillo is still there, and the Templeton Eagles are gathered up over on the sideline, deciding what they want to do.
Well, I think the coach told them, hey, listen, we're going to run the 2-pointer again, and this time don't run into each other.
3 receivers up top, 1 here to the near side. Shotgun. Quarterback will keep it all the way. Trying to get to the
ball.
corner. He'll get in there. PAT is good. Just gets inside the western pylon.
Simonin made an absolutely great block to clear out 3 Cabrillo defenders.
2 more on the board for the Eagles. 8:42 here in the first quarter, and it is Templeton 14, Cabrillo nothing. You're listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here at 100.9 FM. Greg Ratcliffe, Mike Loney here on hand, Judy Baker back at the studio doing her thing. And we're happy to bring Cabrillo football to your airwaves tonight. We want to thank Tom's Restaurant for helping us make it possible. Thanks, Kim, all the gang over at Tom's for being with us as a sponsor tonight. We appreciate your support of local high school football and local community nonprofit radio. Tom's Restaurant. So for the third time in about 10 minutes, Templeton will kick off. Fielded at the 10, looking for some blocks. Now takes a dash up the middle. Got some room. Got 1 man to beat and 4 blockers with him. Now it's a foot race down the far side.
Don't hit him in the back.
He's gone. He's gone. Zajkowski. J.D. Zajkowski. 90 yards for the kickoff return for the touchdown. And that was nice. He was very patient after he fielded that, waited for his blockers to get in place, and then found a gap and followed them home. Well done.
Indeed, that was. Well, a lot of times you see guys back there that are dancing around and nervous, and he just took the ball, went back behind the blocking wedge, and oh goodness.
Okay, describe that one, Mike.
Well, they were in the swinging gate kind of thing, and they had a lone receiver over on the left side, and they had the center and the holder behind the ball, and everybody else was over to the right. And Templeton all ran over to cover to the right, and nobody covered number 88. He was out there all by his lonesome, and so they snapped it and threw it to him. 2 points, Conquistadors.
And I mean, nobody was anywhere near him. Joey Brown with the 2-point catch, and it is now 14-8. We'll see how important that looms later. So very quickly, the Conquistadors answer, and they're on the board. 14-8 is our score. Templeton on top with 8:28 remaining here in the first quarter. And Mike, this has got the makings of an exciting game.
It's got the makings of the kind of game that make coaches hair gray, right?
Well, that too. But we're not making those calls, so we get to just sit back and enjoy it. Cabrillo to kick off now.
Something we haven't seen yet in this one.
That's right. And it's a little pooch fielded at the 35, bobbled a little bit, but handled and advanced to the 36-yard line for a tackle. It's a little strategic play there by the Conquistadors, keeping it away from the return man. But the Eagles will have reasonable field position starting at their own 36-yard line with 8:25 left here in the first.
Up man, Ezekiel Mendez caught that.
So the Eagles will come out on offensive. Well-versed in that so far tonight. Coming out in the spread set, 2 wide receivers to either side from the shotgun.
Templeton's first play inside their own territory.
And one of the receivers moved. That was Kanan Sadler. Oh, I'm sorry.
And I have a feeling we're going to see a lot of those yellow hankies that you're so fond of tonight, Greg.
Move them back 5 yards. First and 15 now from the 31. Seha sweeping. Gets a nice gain across the 35, close to the 40-yard line to put it at the 39. Got the penalty yardage back, plus about 3 more. So it'll be 2nd and 7. Templeton in the no huddle. Somewhat of a hurry up. Again, 4 receivers, now 1 in motion. Ground game straight up the middle. They like this play all the way to midfield. Michael Avery, number 21, carried the ball that time right out to midfield. 1st and 10 for the Eagles from the 50.
8:01.
Templeton keeping the pace up here. The only huddle they had was on the sideline during the timeout.
Yep. Up the middle again.
Avery again gets about 3 yards to the Cabrillo 47. 2nd and 7 for the Eagles. Same formation. Man in motion from the left this time.
Arroyo Grande Eagles Pioneer Valley 7-0 in the first.
34, David Pacheco made the stop.
Gain inside the 45 to the 44. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 now for the Eagles.
Stop brings up 3rd down.
Same formation, 1 man in motion. Now we got 3 receivers over here to the near side, 1 up top on the short side of the field. Again from the sky, looking to pass. Complete, misses a tackle. Down the sideline to the 30, breaks another tackle to the 25, and finally down at the 23-yard line. He caught that ball at the 40 and made a little juke. Cabrillo had a defender there, but couldn't make the stop. So a big gain for the Eagles all the way down to the Cabrillo 23-yard line, 1st and 10.
6:56 remaining here in the first quarter.
Eagles will send 3 receivers to the top, 1 here to the short side of the field. Now 1 man in motion. Lots of motion for the Eagles. This one's going to get caught in the backfield. Nope, breaks a tackle, gets back to the line of scrimmage, maybe a yard.
One thing we've said way too much already, Greg, is breaks a tackle.
Breaks a tackle, yes. That was Ezekiel Mendez on the carry. Loss of 1, 2nd and 11 from the 34. Eagles do like to spread the field, 4 wide. 18
again.
Fights his way through some tackles and gets close to the 15-yard line before he's brought down by a host of conquistadors.
What they're doing is they're sending 3 guys wide to one side, to the wide side of the field, bringing the near guy in motion and faking the handoff to him, and then bringing the lone back across the other way.
They do it in both directions now. A fake handoff, quarterback keeper straight up the middle, close to the goal line, but stops short at about the 2. Big gain, however. Scovell on the carry all the way down to the Cabrillo 2-yard line. It's 1st and goal, Eagles. And just quick offense. Cabrillo with some late substitutions. Now the clock is rolling. Handoff, 18. Gets to the left side. Is he in? Yes. Touchdown, Templeton. So this fast-paced offense for the Eagles is really doing a job right now.
Yeah, we might need to alert district services to have some light bulbs on standby for the scoreboard.
Yes. Point after coming up. They will go for this 1, and again, movement on the line. 3 times now, the Conquistadors have jumped off sides on a PAT. And again, the Eagles will swap out personnel and go for 2. Must be a hard count or something going on down there, Mike. 5:36 left. A point after coming up. 2-point conversion. Temple leads 20-8, trying to add 2 more to it. That would balance out that 2 that Cabrillo got after theirs. Man in motion. Quarterback will keep it. Diving forward. Breaks the plane. Point is good. So 5:36 left here in the first. In a high-scoring affair, it's Templeton 22, Cabrillo 8.
And then we've got 30 points in this one already, Greg.
In 6.5 minutes?
6.5 minutes.
That's a pretty good pace.
That's not too shabby.
Some D would be in order.
Not to mention rare.
Let's talk about Wilkerson Chiropractic, one of our sponsors tonight. We want to thank Dr. Mark Wilkerson and his staff for being with us tonight, for their support of local high school football and local community radio. Thank you so much, Dr. Mark Wilkerson Chiropractic.
Got a number of interesting games going on tonight. We've got Rigetti at Santa Maria, Bishop Diego at St. Joe, AG at Pioneer Valley, Napomo at San Ynez, Atascadero at Frontier, St. Louis at Morro Bay, and Cajon at Paso Robles. And we are
let's see.
going to have a revision here.
Okay, we're going to take 2 points off the board. There was an illegal procedure penalty, I guess, against the Eagles. So they will be backed up and try for 1 point now. Standard single PAT. Kick is away. Kick is good and no penalty flags. Cabrillo stayed on their own side of the ball until the snap, which is always a good thing.
Yeah.
So we'll change the score. It is now Templeton 21, Cabrillo 8. 21 to 8.
Has ended at 22 games in a row.
Well,
Kansas City Royals defeat the Cleveland Indians 4-3.
and Dan Duffy gleefully announcing that the Kansas City Royals have ended the Cleveland Indians win streak at 21.
Yes, he would have a vested interest in that.
Yeah, I understand Danny is supposed to be starting Sunday.
All right.
I was kind of hoping he'd be back in time for the televised game on Saturday, but can't always get what you want.
At least he's
as
back in the
Rolling
rotation.
Stones have
That's
told
what's
us.
good to see him back on the mound.
6 on the far side of the ball, 4 on this side, and number 16 is Michael Medina, ready to kick. He's been kicking it down around the 10, and guess what?
Looks like we got offsides on the kickoff.
Hankies again.
Yes, we've had more yellow than green on the field tonight. And that's a lot to say because the grass is green and Templeton's wearing green pants. Figure that one out. Back the ball up to the 35, and we'll try this one more time.
We have a score from the Napomo San Ynez game, but they're not a whole lot of confidence in the score on that one right now.
We'll wait for confirmation.
Yeah, it's if true, it's quite a score, but they have a very hard time believing that one.
And this kick will roll out of bounds on the far side, and that'll draw another penalty flag.
And they can either, actually, they could get the ball where it went out of bounds at the 21. They can get it 30 yards forward of where it was kicked from, which in this case would actually be the 40, or they can make them re-kick. So they're going to move them back. Move them back and make a re-kick from the 30.
So 2 kickoffs, 2 penalties, and now we're back to the 30-yard line, and they'll try it again, this time with feeling. Seems like the clock has been stuck at 5:36 for quite a while, Mike.
Yeah. Well, and I think there may be some special teams practice for both these squads in the near future.
It's a possibility. So the front line of Cabrillo is now on the Templeton side of the 50, and they're inside the Templeton 45, actually. Deep man back at the 25 for Cabrillo. Kick is away.
And his foot's got a
Fielded at the 27.
nice wedge again.
Looking for some help. Finds some room, weaving his way through traffic, finally tackled at the 47-yard line. That's Zajkowski again on the return. Didn't quite get the 90 yards he got last time, but a good return out to the Cabrillo 48. Aided by a couple of penalties, the Conquistadors will have nice field position to start, with 5:27 remaining here in the first quarter. Templeton up 21-8.
Took that ball from the 32 out to the 48.
So Cabrillo on offense now, 2 receivers to either side.
And it now says 5:27 on the clock, Greg.
Quarterback on the keeper. Took a quick one-step drop and then straight up the gut, across midfield and down to the Templeton 43.
Nice 9-yard pickup.
Well done. Jackson Anderson on the carry. Cabrillo also in the no-huddle hurry up. So we've got some pace going on. If they could keep the penalty flags off the field, this game would go in a hurry.
Yes, indeed. Oh, nice.
Tito Miza powers up the middle across midfield, across the 40 to the 39, and that'll move the chains for the Conquistadors.
4:59 remaining.
Correct me if I'm wrong, Mike. The Cabrillo's first down of the night.
Indeed.
First 10 Cabrillo from the Templeton 39. 24 again, that's Miza. Tries the right tackle, carries some tacklers all the way down to the 32. It's a nice effort. That's about 7.
And if they can average 7 a carry, that would be huge.
2nd and 3 from the Templeton 32. Conquistadors on the move here.
Templeton getting some of their big guys in the interior off the field.
Anderson again with the keeper.
And looks like he'll have the second first down, Rick.
Needed to get down to the 29. I think he got to about the 28. So that should be good for a first, and moving the chains they are. First and 10 Cabrillo from the 28-yard line.
4:15 remaining. And Cabrillo players directing each other to other spots than where they were, and now
they're set. 4 receivers. Anderson trying to roll. He's going to get
gets rocked instead.
A little bit of a scuffle going on here.
There was a lot of confusion on that play.
Yeah. Before and after the snap. So,
and during.
And a flag down as well. This is going to go against Cabrillo. Penalty flag down at the 39. In the backfield. So that's 15 yards. 10 yards from the point of the foul. Holding against the Conquistadors. Thought that might have been a personal foul for a second, but it's a hold. Either way, the ball is all the way back to the 47. And it's first down and forever. You need to get all the way down to the 18. From the shotgun, Anderson looking to throw. Dumps this one off, so this little screen in the middle. Complete.
I think that's Miza again.
Yep, that's Miza. And he gets down to the 36. So nice pickup of about 10.
Simonin on the stop.
Got the penalty yardage back, but it's still second down and long. Second and about 18. Anderson to throw again, complete on the slant of the 25. Mason Towns on the catch and run down to the 18. So another nice game, but third down. Third and about 6, maybe 7. Back to pass again. This one wide.
And that
incomplete.
Tried to get to Ben Dixon, but that was very well covered. And if it had been much closer, it probably would have been picked by Will
McMickle. So fourth down. 4th and about 5, they'll call it. And the Cabrillo Conquistadors will see about getting 3 points on the board here.
field goal.
This would be a 40-yard kick.
The kicker has some decent range usually, but he's inconsistent.
And this one is a knuckleballer that rolls into the end zone.
Yeah, that went about 20 yards and then rolled up to the hole.
Nico Glass on the attempt, and that one comes up a bit short. So the Conquistadors with a promising drive stall out with a big penalty and miss the field goal, so the Eagles will take over on downs. First and 10 at the 20 for the Eagles with 2:55 remaining here in the first. It's Templeton 21, Cabrillo 8. Greg Ratcliffe here with Mike Loney. Happy to bring you the Cabrillo Conquistadors on KPEG's Game of the Week. Scovell up the middle on the keeper, gets across the 30 to the 31. 32 is where they'll put it. First and 10 for the Eagles from there.
2:48 remaining in the first. It's 12-yard jump.
Simonin breaking tackles across the 40 to the 42-yard line.
He doesn't feel like going down, and he picks up right at the sticks.
Right at the marker. Let's see. I'm going to mark it. Yes. Moving the chains. First down for the Eagles from their own 42. 4-receiver set. Once again, looks like they're going to run this same set all night with variations on who's in motion.
Yep. Simonin loses 2 more tackles, picks up 4.
Gets across the 45 to the 46 before he's wrestled down. About 4 on the carry, second and 6 for the Eagles from their own 46. Clock running, 2 minutes remaining here in the first quarter. Avery on the carry. This time the Conks defense is right on it. Short gain out to the 48. Bring up 3rd and 4.
Pick up the 2 for Avery on that.
Ball just shy of midfield at the 48-yard line. 3rd down and 4.
Sticking to the ground game.
3. Conquistadors flags up on them. Number 11, Kurt Newberry.
Stopped after a 1-yard gain. It's 4th down and 3, just shy of midfield. And the Eagles have a decision to make, Mike.
Yeah, and it seems like the decision has already been made, Greg.
They are going for it on 4th and 3.
Nobody made any kind of move towards the sideline. I think they're trying to draw them off here. Yep.
Yeah, they're just trying to draw the Conquistadors offside, just they've done any number of times on point afters.
At least 3.
But not successful in that attempt here on 4th down. So, timeout called by the Eagles, and they'll bring out the punt squad. That gives us a chance to tell you about another one of our fine sponsors, Bach Shop Bob, over at the Bach Shop. Thank you so much, Bob, for being with us tonight. We appreciate your support of local high school football and local community radio. Thank you to the Bach Shop for being with us.
58.7 seconds remaining here in this action-packed first quarter.
And it has been.
And we have a score from over in San Ynez Valley, which seems much more realistic.
Okay, now you're ready to say it?
7-0 San Ynez.
Okay.
The initial score we got was 25-0 Como.
That's quite a difference.
Yes, and also very surprising.
So 4th down for the Eagles, and they are set to punt. Back deep for the Conquistadors at the 20-yard line is at Ben Dixon.
Yep. He has the vast majority of their...
And now Cabrillo will stop the clock,
calling
a timeout. That's interesting. Just under a minute left here in the first quarter. We've seen a little bit of everything already tonight, including an abundance of penalty flags, which we could very much do without.
After that 27-0 Napomo score, they gave us another one, which was really insane, which was 79-2 in Napomo.
79-2. Yeah, that's
I think we can fairly confidently say 7-0 San Ynez is probably.
Well, I put my money on that one, I think.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll try this again. Dixon back on his 20. 4th and 3 for the Eagles from their own 49. Getting ready to, I believe, finally actually punt this one away. Good snap. A little soccer kick out there. Takes a nice Napomo roll and goes out of bounds somewhere around the 10-yard line. Where are they going to put that? About the 13, looks like. So the Conquistadors will take over from there. 1st and 10 at their own 14. They'll have just 51.9 seconds till the end of the quarter. 21-8. The visitors from Templeton leading the hometown Conquistadors. Dare we say it, Mike? On the Conquistadors.
Radio Network.
There you go.
Well, we can definitely say on the first installment of the KPEG Double Dip Weekend.
That's right. Anderson takes the snap.
Ooh, he's got some room.
Nice tackle at the 25, however. But a nice run by Anderson will get the Conquistadors a first down. Stops the clock enough to move the chains. And Cabrillo will keep up the fast pace. They got 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 up top on the short side of the field. Anderson again from the shotgun, looking to pass all the way. Throws down the far sideline and knocked away incomplete. Nice defensive play there.
Tried to get it to Ben Dixon, and he was well covered. We tried the back shoulder pass, and it was
well defended there by the Eagles. It'll bring up 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Stops the clock with 33 seconds left in the quarter. Same formation. Anderson rolling to his left this time. Chucks this one down the near sideline. Got a man open and complete. That's Jordan Green on the catch. And he's knocked down at the Cabrillo 49-yard line. Big gain and a first down for the Conks.
26.8 seconds remaining.
4 receivers again, 2 up top, 2 down here low. Clock now running. Anderson takes the snap. They'll go to the ground game.
Meza
finds some room off a right tackle. Gets across midfield and into Templeton territory down to the 43-yard line. Nice gain, brings up 2nd and 2. Unless they hurry, that will be the last play of the first quarter.
We're seeing AG 14-0 over Pioneer Valley, and Cajon evidently is putting it on.
They just get the play off before the ball, and Anderson is in the end zone. Breaks a tackle at the goal at the line of scrimmage and sprints down the near sideline. 42 yards for the score. Injured Eagle on the field, however, back here at the 36. No flags on the play, that I can see.
And we burned the clock.
The buzzer went off to end the first quarter in the middle of that run. They just barely got that snap off before the quarter expired. Templeton Eagle down and is now up. That is Taylor Miller jogging off under his own power. That's always good to see.
Wearing number 10. He's been instrumental in a number of plays.
It's now 21-14. Cabrillo will come out for the PAT. Glass come out to try the PAT. Good snap, good kick, and through the uprights. Point is good. So that could prove to be a important extra point right there.
Yep, I have a feeling they're all going to be important tonight. This one's shaping up to be A bit odd, Greg.
So at the end of the first quarter, our score is Templeton 21 and Cabrillo 15. You're listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here at 100.9 FM, your home for local sports.
And KPEGradio.com.
That's right. Tune in on the web. If you have friends or family that are out of earshot of KPEG Radio, check them out. Tell them to go to kpegradio.com. Click on the Listen Live button. And you can do just that. Listen live. You can also get a glimpse of Judy Baker's wonderful graphics. Well, Mike, it looks like we have a shootout here at Houck tonight.
Yeah. The movable objects have been.
Yes, they have.
And it's...
We'll turn around and go the other way now. Cabrillo kicking off to the south end zone. Good crowd here at Houck Stadium tonight. High pooch kick again. Field is about the 27. Was that a fair catch?
Well,
Sort of.
not sure if it was a fair catch, but he caught it and was kind of stumbling as he caught it and went down to a knee. And so
okay, well, that'll work.
Plays over at that point, and whether he intended to or not.
So they will put it at the 28-yard line. That's where the Eagles will take over, 1st and 10. Just underway here in the second quarter.
Templeton Eagles have possession at the 20.
It's a 6-point game. Templeton up 21-15. The familiar 4-receiver set with one man in motion. Back to pass on first down, under pressure, rolling left. Now he's going to get 1, 2, 3, 4 black jerseys on him.
Yep.
And he'll be sacked down at the 20 for a big loss.
Everybody who wasn't in coverage got a shot at that one. Loss of 8.
Patrick Durham.
So, best defensive play of the night for the Conquistadors.
Easily.
And 2nd and 18. Quarterback on the keeper. Fakes the handoff, gets some room, breaks a tackle, still on his feet on the far sideline, and all the way out close to the 40-yard line before he's pushed out.
That's going to be a first down, I believe.
Looks like it.
Yep. Scoville for Templeton out there for a first down.
He's a little nimble out there, Mike. He moves well out there.
Tackling has not been superb, shall we say.
1st and 10 Eagles. And Simonin gets the carry this time out back to the line of scrimmage, and that's about it.
Broke 2 tackles to get there, though.
Yep. Some good defensive penetration by the Conquistadors that time. Give him, we'll call it a yard, 2nd and 9.
Penetration doesn't always help you, though, if you don't make the tackle. St. Joe leading Bishop Diego 7-0 in the second. And what some people were calling a heavyweight match, I'd say it's more of a middleweight matchup. But, hey, nothing wrong with middleweights. They usually go at it pretty good. But, flag down.
Flag on this play, and Simonin breaks a tackle and falls forward to the 44. See what the penalty is about. I would suspect this one might be coming back. Gain of about 5 on the play. Sideline warning against the Conquistadors. Wow. Yeah. Okay, so that will not affect the play. First one's just a warning. So the play will stand out to the 44. It'll be 3rd down and about 4 for the Eagles from there.
Kind of a long 4, but once again, Cabrillo has a chance to stop them here if they can make a play.
Whistle now blows, and we're underway. Simonin gets away from one in the backfield, and he's going to get all the way out close to midfield, and that's going to be enough for another Eagle first down, Mikey.
We need to check him for the anti-stick'em.
Conquistadors falling by the wayside on that one.
10:31 remaining, and the ball is right at the 50.
We're going to call that the Eagle side of the 50.
Marginally.
And whistles and flags, oh my.
Yes, indeed.
That's getting to be a habit I can do without tonight. Stops that play before it gets started, and right after it does anyway.
Brenton Staunton in for the Conks, replacing Chris Smith, and that's going from 5'6", 156 to 6'2", 270 on the line.
That's quite a difference. Back the Eagles up 5 yards. It's 1st and 15 from their own 45. As always, from the shotgun.
Cabrillo bring a linebacker blitz from the outside, and that was number 37, Sam Schmidt, and he was the first one there.
No gain, ball still at the 45. So the Cabrillo defense trying to toughen up a little bit here. It's 2nd down and 15 from the 45-yard line. Clock running, 9:50 left here until halftime. Scoville looking to pass, now weaving through traffic, got some room. To the Cabrillo 40, still on his feet, breaking tackles to the 25.
Goodness.
Still on his feet, breaks another tackle. How did he get through all of that? Dives for the touchdown. Did he get in?
He got in. Very close to
No,
it.
out of bounds. Stepped out of bounds at the 5 or so.
I guess they're not going to give him that last pirouette.
But I'll tell you what, Mike, he just weaved through traffic, and he wasn't in a hurry. He just danced here, stepped over there, dodged this guy, stepped through that guy, broke a tackle over there, and ended up...
Broke another one.
You know,
dodged 2.
45 yards later or so, it's 1st and goal.
Yep.
Simonin, touchdown, Eagles.
Oh, nice 6-yard jump right up the middle.
Wow. Well, you know, that was good effort by the Templeton quarterback and a lack of proper tackling on the other side. I would have to say.
If they're not going to tackle you, don't go down.
That's a good rule of thumb.
And looks like we are going to attempt a 1-point extra point at this point. We'll long snap. Count.
Kick is away. It is up and good. 9:24 left here in the second quarter. Our score has changed. It's Templeton 28, Cabrillo 15.
And that was a big non-stop on 3rd down, because if they'd gotten the ball back, drive down, stick it in the end zone, they're in the lead.
28-15, Templeton on top. You are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week, live from Hawk Stadium, right here on 100.9 FM. Thank you for being with us. We want to thank Frederick Quality Plumbing as well for being part of our broadcast team this season. You can always count on Rick and Lisa to step up to the plate and help us out. Thank you, Frederick Quality Plumbing, for their support of local high school football and local community nonprofit radio. Frederick Quality Plumbing.
And at some point here, Cabrera's going to have to get some offense going. Got one score on offense, one score on special teams, but they have not been anywhere near consistent in moving the ball. That needs to change, and change in a hurry.
Well, this has become a habit. Templeton set to kick off.
Just think, Greg, it's been like 4 minutes since we had a penalty.
Oh, no. Don't jinx it. Fielded over at the 10-yard line on the far side. Straight up the middle. Got some room on the far side, gets up the hash mark and down around the 42-yard line.
Well, they've been kicking it over to one side, and this time they went to town on the other side, and He gouged him pretty good, too. He took it at about the 10 or 11.
It's about a 30-yard return there for Towns.
Took it out to the 32, or excuse me, 42.
First and 10 Conquistadors from their own 42-yard line. See if they can answer that last Templeton score.
9:16 to go here in the second quarter. So lots of time in this one.
Oh, plenty of time.
Especially the way these teams have been.
4 receiver set.
Right, all right.
Anderson.
Well,
He'll keep it and get wrapped up for a minimal gain, maybe a yard on the design keeper.
didn't see who it was. It might have been number 73 for the Templeton Eagles. I don't think we have a name matching that number, but he just blew into the backfield. He didn't make the tackle, but he forced Anderson to go back about 3 yards and try and run around him, and that wasn't terribly successful.
Second and 10, they call it no gain. Henderson back to pass. Chucks this one way on the near sideline. Nobody home. Dixon was the closest guy, and he was about 10 yards away. So another miscommunication, I think, on the route or something of that nature. That'll bring up third down. Mike, you noticed with the Cabrillo doing the no huddle, they're sending their plays in via some signs on the sideline.
Yeah.
It's becoming quite commonplace in prep football these days. There's a pass and a little
quick tunnel screen over there to Dixon, and he picks up about half of what they needed.
Out to the 48, it'll be fourth down and about 4. I wouldn't be surprised to see the Conquistadors go for this.
No.
This area of the field. Official timeout stops the clock with 8:19 remaining.
And now we'll roll. They're going to go trips left. Dixon all by himself over here on their side.
Anderson from the shotgun, fakes the handoff, keeps it himself, first down and more. Across midfield and down to the Templeton 45-yard line for his trip up.
Simonin on the stop.
So that'll bring up a first down for Cabrillo. They keep their drive alive. 8 minutes left here until halftime. Clock running. 28-15 is our score. The Eagles on top. Conquistadors on the move. Henderson throwing left. Got a man open. Bobbled it. Incomplete.
Bobbled it and then got hammered.
Had it in his hands, lost it, and then got blasted.
The old bubble and blast.
Bobble and blast, yep. Joey Brown, an intended receiver on that one, brings up second and 10. 3 receivers up top. Dixon down here by himself. Anderson fakes left, throws down the middle, and it's intended for Dixon down the middle, incomplete.
Had 2 guys over in that area and wasn't really close to either of them or the 3 guys who were covering him.
Towns, the other guy in the neighborhood. And it's third and 10 after a pair of incompletions. Stops the clock with 7:45 left in the second quarter. 2 receivers to either side this time. Now 1 man in motion. Fakes the handoff. Now he gives. That's Meza up the middle.
And he's got a first down. 12-yard pickup.
Inside the 35 to the 33. And you're right, Mike, that'll move the chains for the Conks.
The wraparound draw.
12 yards. 13 yards, first and 10 Conquistadors.
7:38 to go here in the half.
Official timeout. We've got
player from Cabrillo
Meza shaken up
down
on a knee. And the training staff will come out and take a look at number 24, Tito Meza. He's a 5'7", 135-pound junior. Little guy. Clock stop with 7:38 remaining in the half. Templeton up 28-15. Meza will walk off on his field, shaking an ankle a little bit. So
Cabrillo will have a first down at the Templeton 33 when play comes back in. Meza just looked a little dinged up. It didn't look like anything major.
As Coach was saying in the pregame interview, everybody seems to have some bumps and bruises this time of year.
5 wide.
Indeed. 2 up top, 3 to this side. Empty
What's
backfield. Pass complete. Little screen out here to the near side. That's
Zajkowski.
Zajkowski on the catch and run down to about the 27. Going to give him about 6. 2nd and 4.
Yeah. 5 wide again. 3 to the left, the wide side of the field.
Complete out to the far side this time. Ooh, same play, just a different direction. 2 tacklers come in and stop that one.
And a hanky.
And a flag down at the end. So they tried exactly the same play, just in the opposite direction. This time the Eagles are there to stop it pretty well, but we got the flag down.
Got a
We'll see
1
what
yard
that is.
gain on the play, and then we'll. Huh?
This one's going to be against the Conquistadors. Block in the back. So are they going to march this off or decline? Or what are they going to do? It's a minimal gain.
Yeah, I can't imagine they'd pass up a chance to move them back here.
Yeah, they're going to march off 10 yards. There we go.
Yep. At least illegal use of hands.
One of those. 10 yards either way you carry it.
6:59 here in the second quarter.
Back to the 38 we go. 2nd down and about 14. 4 receivers this time. Oh, and Anderson's going to go down hard and fast.
And that was number 9 came racing in there. Jack Sillinger.
Kind of blindside blitz there all the way down to the 45-yard line. A 10-yard penalty and then a sack, and the ball's all the way back to the 45. They need to get down to the 24 for a first down.
Oh, there you go, Mason.
Pass complete. That's Mason Towns on a little slant down to the 31 and tackle.
Yeah.
33, Chase Howland made the stop.
So I guess the solution when you have a long down is go to town.
30-yard line. Fourth down.
4th down, however, 4th and 7 or so. Conquistadors lining up to go forward, as you would expect.
Pick up a 15 on that one.
Misa back in.
That's good news.
Anderson takes a shotgun snap, throwing deep to the near side. Pass incomplete at the 2-yard line, in and out of the hands of Joey Brown.
Yep. Yeah, I think he lost it in the lights, Greg. That was one of the best throws that Anderson's had all night.
That one was right on the money. Couldn't quite haul it in, and that'll turn the ball over on downs. Templeton will take over 1st and 10 just across their own 30-yard line with 5:45 left here till halftime. Eagles up 28-15, and that one was big.
The Cabrillo's definitely had some opportunities in this one.
Well, they've got an opportunity for a big defensive stop right here, Mike.
And they need to exercise it.
Back to the running game go the Eagles. Breaks another tackle out to the 42-yard line. Should be just enough for a first down and a yard or so more. Out to the 42, 1st and 10 Eagles. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 up top on the short side of the field, all on the far half. Running up the middle once again, now bouncing outside. Finally, 1, 2, 3 Cabrillo tacklers, wrapping him up at the 45 after a gain of about 3.
And if it had just been 2, they wouldn't have got him.
Simonin doing a good job staying on his feet after initial contact.
Only about a 3-4 yard gain on the play, but that's getting redundant. Oh, broke a tackle.
Across midfield down to the 49 on the Cabrillo side of the 50. Michael Avery, number 21, gets that carry and put it up to 48 for the Conquistadors. Just enough to move the chains. Mike, 1st and 10, Templeton.
4:46 remaining.
Again, Templeton still in the no huddle. In the hurry up. Clock now running after they set the chains. 1st down, Eagles. Run up the middle. Looks like Avery again.
Picks up 2.
Short gain of a couple this time.
They're now saying at the half, San Diego has 7 to Como 3.
Got a good one going on over there then.
And Arroyo Grande up on Pioneer Valley in the second quarter, 17 to nothing.
2nd and 8 here.
Yep.
Quarterback's got it after the fake handoff.
Yep. They brought Isaiah Harold in motion. They've done that frequently, and I'm not sure he's handed it to Harold yet, but
Scoville down to the 36, 1st down.
4:08 to go.
It's 22. The motion gets the carry, weaving his way through traffic, breaks another tackle, gets inside the 25 to the 23. Isaiah Harold on the carry.
Yeah, so they hadn't given it to him, and so I guess the
you go.
guys upstairs heard me or something.
That's right. All the way down to the 21, and another 1st down for the Eagles. Clock running, 3:50 left. It's 22 again.
Oh. Stood up,
Far
and
sideline. The flag comes out at the end of the play. He's down to about the...
It's very close to a 1st down.
Yeah, inside the 15, but look at the flag back at the 20-yard line. This came from the near sideline. The play was on the far side.
The flag came from the back judge, actually.
Away from the play. Let's see what this is. Holding Eagles.
He was back right at the goal line in front of the goalposts.
So that's going to knock out a nice gain and back the Eagles up 10 yards. They'll move the ball all the way to the Cabrillo 31. It'll be 1st down from there.
3:35 remaining in the 1st half.
Usual 4-receiver set.
Mm-hmm.
Fakes the handoff, rolling to his left is Scoville, now throwing on the run. This one is incomplete, through behind the intended receiver.
There was someone in, and who was open with some green in front of him.
Scoville couldn't make the connection. It'll be 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 3:28 remaining in the half. 28-15 is our score. Templeton leading. Fakes the handoff. Quick little dump pass to the far side. Complete. Now picking up some blockers. Cuts up the outside and gets inside the 20 to about the 17 or so. It'll be 3rd down and about 6. Clock running. 3 minutes left here in the half. One man in motion. He'll get the ball. That's number 34. Ezekiel Mendez.
Yeah, and he's got a 1st down.
Inside the 10 to the 9. That's right, Mike. Move the chains and give the Eagles a 1st and goal.
2:52 remaining.
1st and goal, lost time at the 9-yard line.
Clock now running after they move the chains. 3 receivers here to the near side, 1 up top, 1 lone running back. He'll get the carry off a left tackle. Is he in? Yes, he is. Touchdown, Eagles.
Not hit until he was right at the goal line. Was that someone in again? Looks like it might have been.
I believe so. So the Templeton Eagles have had little trouble moving the ball all the way down the field this evening. It is now 34-15 with the point after coming up. Oh, and more movement on the line. Flags out.
Unbelievable.
Offsides, Cabrillo. That's the fourth time tonight that Cabrillo has been called on an offsides on a PAT.
And as we have seen before, they'll pull the kicker back off and send in the offense. Scoville back behind center. 3 to the left, 2 to the right.
And here's the snap. Scoville will keep it himself. Straight up the middle. Did he make it? Yes.
Yep.
So 2 points are good. 2:36 left in the half. Our score is now Templeton 36, Cabrillo 15.
And Cabrillo needs to find a very good podiatrist to deal with the wounds they keep administering to their own foot.
Yes.
Where they have
And
repeatedly
they
shot themselves.
And they need to find some run defense as well.
Yeah. Maybe some tackling.
2:36 left in the half. Cabrillo now set to receive the kickoff. You are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here at 100.9 FM, your home for local sports.
This has got to be very frustrating for Coach Pateras because they're right there. I mean, they're in position to make plays, they're just not making them. And that's
kick is away. Touch there at the 5. Picked up now at the far side, running up the hash. That looks like Mason Towns on the return. He'll get out to about the 20-yard line. Put it at the 19. That's where the Conquistadors will take over. First and 10 with 2:31 remaining in the half.
And Cabrillo could really use some points here.
Well, they showed they can move the ball up and down the field as well.
Yeah, they just can't really stick in the end zone so far.
That would be a good time.
That would be a very good time.
Cabrillo's got some big young men out there on the line. Looking at Brenton Staunton, 6'2", 270 pounds.
Yeah, he's really the only big guy they've got, Tom.
Anderson across the middle, incomplete, intended for Jordan Green.
Who caught it 3 times and then decided not to hang on to it.
Brings up 2nd and 10 after the incompletion. Clock stopped with 2:27 left. 4 receivers, 1 to the top, 3 up to the near side. Anderson rolling left, under pressure. Not going to have to tuck it away and keep it himself. He'll scramble for a couple. That's about the 23.
Got a foot.
Simmons all over the field on both sides of the ball tonight, Mike. Third down and about 7 for the Conquistadors.
3 wide to the wide side of the field, to the far side.
2 here to the near side. Dixon in the slot.
Looks like a corner blitz coming.
There it
is. They'll throw it right to where he was, and
incomplete. Joey Brown, the intended receiver.
Throw was a little bit high, but catchable.
And it's 4th down, 4th and 7. Looks like Cabrillo will be forced to punt this one away.
And that would have been a first down, at least the 35, if they'd been able to hold on to that one.
Ben Dixon back to punt this one away for the Conks. Deep man back for the Eagles at about the 45-yard line.
They're going to fake it.
It's a fake. Run up the middle. He's going to be stopped short at the 27.
That was Zaczkowski.
And that's a gamble back at that side of the field, Mike. That's surprising. So now you've given the Eagles the ball with 1:42, and you set them up with a 1st and 10 at your own 27.
Well, the Eagles haven't really been slowed down by much tonight. Basically, the only thing that's kept them from out of the end zone is Cabrillo having the ball.
Templeton scored on every possession tonight, haven't so far, haven't they?
Well, this is their 7th, and they've got 36 points, so they missed one.
This one somewhere, yeah. Scoville will get break some tackles in the backfield. Now rolls away from pressure. The throw is incomplete at the 20-yard line. Intended for Jesse McLean. But how he got out of that getting sacked in the backfield, I don't know. He had 2 conquistadors on him. Incomplete pass brings up 2nd and 10. Stops the clock with 1:34.
Ball still at the Cabrillo 27.
Quick pass out to the far flat, complete, and down to the 20-yard line. It'll be 3rd down and about 3 from just outside the 20. Clock running, 1:17 left.
Sehoff with a gain of 7. And I think Templeton is definitely in 4-down territory if they don't pick it up here. And that's dangerous.
There's a bounce pass out to the 25. This is a beautiful basketball pass. Yeah. Fortunately for the Eagles, that was a forward pass along the backfield, so it's incomplete, brings up 4th down.
Jesse McLean was out there, and at the last moment he went, hey, that might be a lateral, and he reached down and yanked it out of the...
Good thinking.
Yeah.
Clock stopped now. A timeout called by the Templeton Eagles with 1:05 left until the half.
It's their 2nd.
Templeton up 36-15, trying to add one more score before time runs out here in the first half.
Mm-hmm.
And Cabrillo would desperately need a stop right here on 4th down. Give up another score here and you're down by,
too much.
Almost 30. I think one of the keys that will be discussed at halftime in the Cabrillo locker room will be, as you mentioned earlier, tackling.
Mm-hmm. Or lack thereof.
Mm-hmm. Okay, here we go. 4th down for the Eagles. 4th and 3 from the Cabrillo 20. Big play for the Cabrillo defense right here. They need a stop. Back to pass. Throw it complete. First down and more. Still on his feet, trying to fight to the goal line, but he'll be stopped short at about the 4-yard line.
And I believe that was Isaiah Harold.
I believe you're right. Number 22, Harold on the catch and run. 1st and goal. We'll put it at the 5. 55 seconds left till half. Clock now running. Scoville. Handoff. Ooh, good defensive stop there by the Conquistadors. Looks like Spencer Cawthron on the stop. 2nd down and goal. No gain on the play.
Perez was in there too.
33 seconds.
And Spencer Cawthron.
That's number 22, sweeping right. Touchdown, Eagles. Isaiah Harold from 5 yards out goes in the end zone untouched. It makes it 42-15 for PAT coming up.
And 25.9 seconds remaining here in the half. And we'll see if Cabrillo can stay on their own side of the line of scrimmage until the snap on this one.
Looks like they successfully did that. And the kick is successful as well. 25.9 left here in the first half. Our score, Templeton 43, Cabrillo 15. You are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here at 100.9 FM and kpegradio.com. We're your home for local sports.
This is the first half of the KPEG Double Dip Weekend. So we'll be down at La Playa Stadium tomorrow night for Lompoc and Santa Barbara.
That should be a fun one.
That should indeed.
The Dons much improved over what they were a year ago.
That would not be hard to do.
True. I understand they are primarily a passing team this year. They're going to sling the ball around a little bit. So the Braves will have to have their pass defense in good form tomorrow night.
Have to have their heads in the proper place. And then we'll be back in 2 weeks back here at Houck for Lompoc and Righetti, if I remember correctly.
Yes, well, a week from tonight.
A week from tonight.
Yeah. This seems like 2 weeks. It's a Saturday game. Squibbler kick out to the 20, picked up. That's Ben Dixon.
And he's got
just a little pivot, breaks a tackle or two, and gets across the 40 to the 45-yard line. Nice return by Dixon. And the Cabrillo Conquistadors will have 17.6 seconds to see if they can do something with some decent field position. They got 55 yards to go, 17 and a half seconds to do it. Let's see what they dial up. Well, a kneel down is out of the question. 3 receivers up top, 2 to the near side. They want to punch something in. Screen pass to Dixon, complete. Gets a block. It's across the 50 and down to the Templeton 44. Going to be calling a timeout here pretty soon.
Well, they do get the clock stoppage on the first down.
They will line up as they move the chains. Well, they haven't moved the chains as they call them. There's the timeout. Timeout called by the Conks with 10.8 seconds left.
Ball down to the Templeton 44, so a pickup of 11 on that one.
Nice little screen to Dixon. Did what they needed to do. 10.8 left. Conquistadors would dearly love to get one in before halftime here.
That would definitely change some of the complexion of the game.
Rio huddled up in midfield, figuring out what they're going to do here on first down. A couple of options, I would think. It's not Hail Mary time yet.
No, they do have another timeout, but I'm seeing a whole lot of gesticulation from the offensive coordinator down there. Hands going all kinds of ways.
Okay, they come out with 5 receivers, 3 up top, 2 here to the near side. Slant pass to Dixon, complete. Breaks a tackle at the 30, still on his feet down to the 20.
Go down.
Got to get down there to stop the clock. And he's down inside the 15. And that will stop the clock with 1.8, and Cabrillo will use their final timeout of the half. Well done. And nice yardage after the catch by Dixon.
Indeed. The only minor criticism is he got kind of stood up there at about the 17 or 18 yard line and was fighting for yardage. And
right now you need 5 seconds more than you need 5 yards.
Yeah. It's like, go down, get the timeout.
They'll put some time back on the clock, actually, Mike, so that's good news. We've got 6 seconds remaining. 1st and 10 from just inside the 15-yard line for the Conquistadors. And they got a chance here.
Oh, no, they're saying 20 seconds? No, 2 seconds. Okay.
Talking that 2 seconds, all right. And we're going to try a field goal. Not too willing to try and get off another play. So they'll try and go for 3 here. Eco Glass. This will be a 31-yarder. Good snap. And this one is blocked and fielded on the run. This is returnable, but he will go down across the 25 to the 27.
That was Harold again.
So the half will end on a blocked field goal attempt. And Cabrillo trying to punch one in before halftime, comes up empty. That's a shame. So 24 minutes in the books here at Houck Stadium tonight. Our halftime score is Templeton 43, Cabrillo 15. You're listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here at 100.9 FM.
On KPEG and KPEGradio.com.
We'll send you back to the KPEG studios for some pertinent information of what's going on around the Lompoc Valley, and we'll come back in 15 minutes for the second half, folks. Stay with us. Our halftime score, Templeton 43, Cabrillo 15. See you for the second half. While the teams take a break, let's take a minute to tell you about this season's sponsors. These businesses stepped up to help the cause, and without their generous support, these broadcasts would not be possible. Thank you so much to The Box Shop, Frederick Quality Plumbing, Hammond Overhead Door, Lompoc Community Bank, The Pizza Garden, Rose's Anything Athletic, Sunset Auto Center, The Surf Connection, Tom's, and Wilkerson Chiropractic. A heartfelt thanks to all of our sponsors for helping us to bring these games to our listeners.
I got smart about mortgages. Now, it's my house I go home to.
I got smart about college. Now my kid's off to a great start.
When it comes to your money, whatever you want to get smart about, you can find it at smartaboutmoney.org.
I got smart about health insurance. Now both my finances and I are healthy.
Smartaboutmoney.org is a free online resource from the National Endowment for Financial Education. We're an independent nonprofit foundation dedicated to helping people just like you get sound information about money.
I got smart about protecting my job. Now, I'm doing better than ever.
For everything from how to build an emergency fund to how to deal with job uncertainty, smartaboutmoney.org has the answers you're looking for.
I got smart about credit cards. Now paper or plastic has a whole new meaning.
Smartaboutmoney.org. The easy place to start when you want to get smart.
Hey, football fans, do you have friends or family that live out of town but still like to follow Lompoc Valley football? Let them know that KPEG's game coverage is also streaming live on the web. Just send them to kpegradio.com and they can catch all of the action no matter where they are. That's kpegradio.com, brought to you by your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG. By now, you've probably figured out that KPEG is not your ordinary average radio station. In fact, we're anything but ordinary. First, you'll never ever hear a commercial on KPEG. We're all about the music. And how about that music? We play more music with more variety than any other station in the area. And not just the standard tunes you hear everywhere else. Sure, we play rock and oldies and your favorite classic rock songs, but we'll also introduce you to some deep tracks that you might not have heard. Some new rock, and even some bands that are a bit off the mainstream. That's what makes KPEG so unique. Well, that and our exclusive live sports coverage, but the point is that KPEG is different by design. Enjoy it. We're 100.9 KPEG. We hope you're enjoying tonight's game between the Templeton Eagles and the Cabrillo Conquistadors. This is the first game of a weekend double dip here at KPEG. Join us again tomorrow night for Game 2 as the Lompoc Braves head south to La Playa Stadium to take on the Santa Barbara Dawn. Pre-game starts at 6:45 with kickoff scheduled at 7 o'clock. It's the Braves versus the Dons on a special Saturday night edition of the Game of the Week. It's tomorrow night right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
Dad! Come on! Over here! Whoa.
The moment my son saw a redwood tree
It's huge!
is the moment I knew that for him,
You can't even see the top of that thing.
even the sky has no limit.
There are some moments only the forest can inspire. Find yours at discovertheforest.org. Learn about forests near you and discover cool things to do when you go, like hiking, biking, fishing, or camping. Or do your own thing when you get there with family and friends. Your moment is out there. Find it at discovertheforest.org. That's discovertheforest.org.
Brought to you by the U.S. Forest Service and the Ad Council.
The City Council meetings are your window into how Lompoc works. You can even speak to the council and let them know how you feel. But if you can't be there in person, you can always follow along on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and the web at cityoflompoc.com. That's right. We'll be there on the first and third Tuesday of every month, bringing you all the comments, discussions, and votes. So tune in for a live trimulcast of your City Council meetings, only on TAP TV, KPEG Radio, and cityoflompoc.com.
You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG.
Don't have a car? Too far to walk? Bike in the shop? Welcome aboard Colt, the City of Lompoc Transit. Sit back and let us do the driving. Colt serves the communities of Lompoc, Mission Hills, and Vandenberg Village. We offer comfort, low fares, convenience, free transfers, and great service. For more information and free trip planning assistance, give us a call at 736-7666 or visit us on the web at cityoflompoc.com/transit.
Hello, I'm Samantha Scroggin, Community Relations Manager with the City of Lompoc, and let's tune in to what's happening in Lompoc. Youth basketball signups are underway. We offer basketball leagues for 4-year-olds all the way up to 8th graders. Early bird registration runs through September 22nd at the Anderson Recreation Center. Next Friday, September 22nd, we have an Adventures with Paint workshop for kids 6 to 12. Your kids even get to keep their own painted canvas. Sign up at the Anderson Rec Center. Our annual Lompoc Valley Photography Contest this year will be held on Saturday, October 14th at the Dick DeWeese Community and Senior Center. Individuals interested in competing can do so by submitting photos between now and September 29th. For contest rules and an application, visit cityoflompoc.com or stop by the Anderson Rec Center. We are currently accepting vendor applications for our Recreation Division's Arts and Vines event. Applications are available on our city's website. School has started in the Lompoc Valley, and homework help is available at our Lompoc Public Library. Our homework club is held Tuesdays and Thursdays from 3:30 to 5:30 p.m. We will have free tutoring available. We are also proud to now offer NASA books and educational resources at the Lompoc Public Library. For more information on all of these great events happening at the City of Lompoc, visit our website at cityoflompoc.com and be sure to follow us on social media. Our City of Lompoc Economic Development Division is proud to have launched our Business Help Desk at City Hall. Come talk to us about how we can serve you and your business needs and pick up some great resources. It's hard to believe, but the holidays will be here before we know it. Applications to participate in the Lompoc Valley Children's Christmas Season Parade are now available at the city's website, cityoflompoc.com. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time when we tune in Lompoc.
Rich is just a really good guy. The term good egg isn't enough to describe him. He's also certified organic and free range, Rich puts the cap back on everything. The toothpaste, the olive oil, the shampoo, everything. He lets his 10-year-old nephew beat him at virtual tennis, even though he can straight up slay his 10-year-old nephew in virtual tennis. When the toilet paper is running low, Rich replaces the roll on the actual holder, not just on the back of the toilet. Rich is texting and driving. Rich, no. What are you doing, Rich? I was just telling everyone how great you are. Texting and driving makes good people look bad. Visit StopTextStopWrecks.org. A public service announcement brought to you by the National Highway Traffic Safety Administration and the Ad Council.
I shop and cook for my mom every week.
I help my dad pay his bills.
I take my wife to the doctor.
Am I a caregiver?
Are you caring for a senior parent, spouse, or friend? Do you spend time helping with meals, shopping, or personal care? Are you stressed? Do you have less time for yourself? You are not alone. Nearly 1 in 6 people in Lompoc are caregivers. Visit caringtogetherlompoc.org or call 925-9554.
Dave, what are you doing?
Just sending a gift to Dave 2037.
Who?
Me in the future. I save a little money from every paycheck as a gift to Dave 2037, so he can spend it on things like anti-gravity boots or a hologram Doberman, something cool like that. I think Dave 2037 deserves it. He worked hard. What are you getting Steve 2037?
I guess I was thinking Steve 2037 would just fend for himself.
Well, all right, but don't expect to be borrowing my anti-gravity boots.
You want to have money in your future? You got to start saving now. Putting some money from every paycheck into a savings account or contributing to your 401k can make a big difference later. Put away a few bucks, feel like $1 million. For free ideas and easy ways to save, go to feedthepig.org. That's feedthepig.org.
Hey, let's just hope Steve 2037 doesn't get his hands on a cold time machine, because he is going to come back here and knock some sense into you.
This message brought to you by the American Institute of Certified Public Accountants and the Ad Council.
Do you love to swim? Do you think about swimming even when you aren't swimming? Well, we've got a publication for you. A poolside publication. Just surf on over to the Lompoc Parks and Rec webpage and click on Poolside Publication. That's cityoflompoc.com/parks_rec. You can sign up to have Poolside Publication emailed to you every week. You'll stay up to date on the Lompoc Aquatic Center, get to know the staff, and learn a thing or two about water safety. That's Poolside Publication, brought to you by the Lompoc Aquatic Center.
Hey Lompoc, now that your newest, bestest, most favoritist radio station is up and running, why not put us to work? If your organization has a nonprofit event or fundraiser coming up, let KPEG help spread the word. Just submit your public service announcement at least 2 weeks in advance, and we'll handle the rest. Call us at 875-2750 for details. That's 875-2750. After all, KPEG is your community radio station. Serving you is what we do. You're listening to the Game of the Week on KPEG. It's halftime, so grab a snack, refresh your beverage, then settle back into your favorite chair. The second half kickoff is coming up soon, right here on 100.9 FM KPEG. The Southern California Gas Company is replacing a natural gas pipeline along Highway 1 here in Lompoc. Although customers are not expected to experience any natural gas service interruptions, during construction, one northbound and one southbound lane of Highway 1 will be closed just north of the airport. Lane closures will be in effect Monday through Thursday from 9 a.m. to 4 p.m., again Monday through Thursday nights from 8 p.m. to 6 a.m., and on Fridays from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. Work begins on July 10th and will continue through the month of October. For questions or concerns about the construction project, contact SoCal Gas at 1-800-427-2200. We hope you're enjoying tonight's game between the Templeton Eagles and the Cabrillo Conquistadors. This is the first game of a weekend double dip here at KPEG. Join us again tomorrow night for Game 2 as the Lompoc Braves head south to La Playa Stadium to take on the Santa Barbara Dawn. Pre-game starts at 6:45 with kickoff scheduled at 7 o'clock. It's the Braves versus the Dons on a special Saturday night edition of the Game of the Week. It's tomorrow night right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
So you see, son, good manners are very, very important. Someday, many years from now, when you're a grown-up, you'll be a man. And when you are, you should be a gentleman. Do you want me to go through it one more time?
Yes.
Yes, please.
Yes, please.
Exactly. Always say please, thank you, you're welcome, and excuse me. Sit up straight, hold doors open for ladies. If a door's shut, then knock first. Don't burp, don't swear, don't speak with your mouth full, don't reach across people's plates, keep your elbows off the table.
What table?
And don't interrupt. While we're at it, don't stare, don't use foul language, don't call people names, but do remember people's names. Always share your toys, play nice, and cover your mouth when you cough or sneeze. On the bus, give up your seat to anyone who has trouble standing. Bottom line, treat others the way you'd like to be treated. Got it?
Got it.
And stop picking your nose.
Most parenting is hard to do in just 2 minutes. But spending just 2 minutes twice a day making sure they brush their teeth is easier and could help save them from a lifetime of tooth pain. For fun 2-minute videos to watch while brushing, visit 2min2x.org. That's 2min2x.org. A message from the Partnership for Healthy Mouths, Healthy Lives, and the Ad Council.
The World Wide Web has many things to offer, and one of those things is TAP TV. Just surf your browser to cityoflompoc.com/taptv. Click on any one of our 3 channels and you'll see original, locally produced television. Between shows, we have a bulletin board loaded with announcements and events in Lompoc, with Rockin' KPEG Radio as the soundtrack. It doesn't stop there. You can make your own TV show. Just stop by the Lompoc Media Center at 125 West Walnut on the 3rd floor of the Anderson Rec Center, and we'll show you how.
And welcome back to Houck Stadium, ladies and gentlemen. Our halftime score is the Templeton Eagles 43 and the Cabrillo Conquistadors 15. Mike, before we get ready for the second half, do you have any scoring updates from the other games around the league?
Yes, we do. We've got 3 that have now started the third quarter. San Ynez leads Napomo 14-3. Brigading leads Santa Maria 14-6. Arroyo Grande up on Pioneer Valley 24-0. And then at the half, St. Joe 10-3 over Bishop Diego. San Luis 10-3 over Morro Bay. Cajon is putting a pretty good thumping on Paso Robles, but the Bearcats have gotten on the board. It's 28-7. And Frontier, who played here earlier in the year,
yes, they did,
is ahead of Atascadero 17-7. That one's still showing in the second quarter.
Ah, okay. Here we have a Templeton advantage at halftime. Templeton has been able to move the ball pretty much at will down the field tonight against the Cabrillo defense, and I suspect that was a topic of big discussion in the Cabrillo upper court.
Tackling Cabrillo. We're talking about some interesting plays earlier tonight. Morro Bay went for it on 4th and 10 at its own 40 with a fake punt and picked up the first down.
The opposite of the result we had here when Cabrillo went for a fake punt and turned it over.
Bishop Diego just scored on a 2-yard run, and that one's tied at 10 apiece.
Well, Cabrillo will be kicking off to start the second half. That's the extended bad news. Cabrillo came up just short, trying to score before halftime, but Templeton snuck one in with about a minute left, and so now they're going to get the ball back to start the second half.
We're hearing that Rigetti has been going with what they're calling the four-headed monster at running back. So we'll get to see that in a week.
And a short kick, trying to squib this one, a high flyer that goes on to about the 43-yard line. It looks like Templeton will cover it up.
Yeah,
that was close.
Number 24 came flying up there. That's Carson Rasmussen.
Number 24, Carson Rasmussen, or Carson Rasmussen.
So a good attempt there by Cabrillo to get possession, but couldn't quite pull it off. And the Eagles will take over 1st and 10 at their own 43. Just underway here in the second half. Thanks for joining us. It's Templeton 43, Cabrillo 15.
Templeton's 8th possession of the game.
So the standard 4-receiver set for the Eagles that we've grown so accustomed to. 3 up top, 1 to the near side. Quick screen pass to the far side. That's complete.
Great block.
Got a block out front.
That's Harold again.
Isaiah Harold all the way into Cabrillo territory and down to the 43-yard line before he stopped. So from one 43 to the other, essentially. And the first down for the Eagles. Still in the hurry up. Harold gets the ball on the sweep, gets to the corner, and then knocked out of bounds at about the 37. Going to be short of a first down, but not by much. A couple. Pickup of 8.
This is... They're basically running 3-4 plays, and they've been mixing them up well, but
nothing tricky. Quick pass. Is that complete? But
lost a yard.
Had to slide down to make that catch at the 40-yard line, so it's a completed pass for a loss of about 2.
Yeah, that was number 6, Tyler Miller, on the reception. Senior.
Ball on the near hash mark now. 1 receiver low and way up to the top. 22 in motion. Now looking down the far sideline. This one's going to be just overthrown at the 10. Incomplete.
That was looking for number 25 again. That's Jesse McLean.
And you think the Eagles had it already determined they were going to go for it on 4th down if that one came up empty. So
yeah,
4th and 4 from the 40.
Yeah.
There was a penalty marker down, but they seem to have picked it up. Either that or he just dropped it down. 4th down and 4. Looking to pass all the way. Protection breaks down now. He has to scramble. Chucks it down the far sideline. This one is complete at the 10 and out of bounds. Good job by Scovell to run away from the pressure that Cabrillo had brought up right through the middle. Scrambled left, through on the run.
Yep.
Nice strike. First and 10? Yes, 1st and 10 at the 11.
Hand off to Harold again.
Who gets stood up at the 10-yard line after a gain of about 1.
We need Ray, we need the groundskeeper Ray to report to the ladies' bathroom facilities, please. Ray, we need you to the ladies' bathroom facility.
2nd down and 9 from the 10. This time, Michael Avery on the carry. He'll get a
couple of bruises.
And a -1 on his stat sheet.
Yeah.
Make it a 2-yard loss. It's 3rd and 11 now, back at the 12.
And it's Scoville and Avery looking over at the sideline and going, hey, we could use a play here.
Covell under pressure. He's going to go down in the backfield for a sack.
Well, they were trying to roll him left, but the pressure was severe and there was nobody open.
So a big defensive play there by the Conquistadors brings up 4th down. 4th and 17 or so. 16. Ball's on the 17, 4th and 16. They need to get down to the 1 for a first down. No sign of a kicking unit, so they're going to go for this.
Yeah, well,
no field goals here. 4th down, pumps once, throws deep, got a man in the end zone. Tucked away at the last second. Ben Dixon with the big defensive play to knock that one away at the goal line. And he had a man open there just for a second. Dixon did a nice job closing on the ball to make the play. So the Templeton Eagles will turn it over on downs. It'll be 1st and 10, Cabrillo from their own 17.
And the Cabrillo stop is kind of news this year.
I'll tell you what, they sure needed that one.
Indeed. 8:40 to go here in the third quarter. Yeah,
there you go. Snap is loose in the backfield. They'll have to they'll fall on it to save possession. Anderson couldn't get a grip on that one. The ball came loose, and he did the smart thing and just fell on it to maintain possession for the Conquistadors. Loss on the play, however, of about 5 yards. It'll be 2nd and 15. The ball now on the 11.
Yep. And Cabrillo just...
Anderson rolling to his right, throws on the run.
Oh, nice throw.
Complete at the 20, tackled immediately. That was Joey Brown on the catch. 6'3", 175-pounder. In his senior year here at Cabrillo.
Ball out at the 20.
3rd and 7. Anderson, look out from the backside, gets the ball away, throwing down the far sideline. This one is going to be incomplete at the midfield marker.
Yeah. There was a little bit of contact there, but nobody saw fit to hoist a hanky.
Not enough to raise a flag, so it'll be 4th down and 7. Looks like Cabrillo will line up to kick this one away. Dixon back to kick, standing on his own 5-yard line. Deep man for the Eagles, only back at the Cabrillo 45. High snap, fielded though. Gets the kick away.
Ooh.
And it'll roll out of bounds at the Templeton 45. So again, good starting position for the Eagles at their own 45. There's 7.5 minutes left here in the third quarter. Our score is still Templeton 43, Cabrillo 15. We want to thank Hammond Overhead Door Company for joining our broadcast crew this season, as they have for several years now. Thank you so much to John, Marjorie, Greg, Mary, everybody over at Hammond OHD for their participation in our broadcast season. Hammond Overhead Door Company.
So the exchange of possessions sees Templeton 2 yards closer to the end zone.
See what they can do with it this time. Number 10, that's the sweep. Breaks a tackle, gets tripped up at midfield, and falls forward to about the Cabrillo 44.
And if they hadn't been tripped, he might still be vertical.
First down for the Eagles from the Cabrillo 44.
Santa Ynez now up on the Pomo, 21-3 in the fourth.
Number 10 again gets out to the edge. Gets down to about the 35-yard line. It's Taylor Miller, 5'10", 160-pound senior for the Eagles. Penalty flag is down. The result of the play is close to a first down, maybe about a yard short. So the penalty is all out. Still no indication. Another zebra huddle. Mike, Standing right over there at the 35-yard line, which is where the play ended.
On the far side of the field.
We'll get some indication here shortly. It looks like the play will be about a yard short of a first down if it stands.
St. Joe has gone up Bishop Diego again, 17-10.
Clock at 7:05 left here in the third quarter. And we'll get some indication of the penalty. Unsportsmanlike conduct against the Eagles. So that'll cost them a good gain and move the ball all the way back to the 50-yard line. All right at midfield, first down.
7:05 to go in the third.
You need to get down to the 34 for a first.
Arroyo Grande up on Pioneer Valley, 31-0. In the fourth.
Still some discussion on the field now. I'm not quite sure what that's about, but it should be first down and about 15, maybe 16 yards. Ball right at midfield.
San Luis up on Laurel Bay, 10-3 in the fourth quarter. That one, the big game in San Luis Coastal Unified School District.
Yep.
Laurel Bay would dearly love to win that one.
Don't forget, folks, we will be back on the air again tomorrow night as we travel with the Lompoc Braves down to Santa Barbara City College to be precise, where they will be at La Playa Stadium to take on the Santa Barbara Dons, and that should be a good one.
And it's second down since the penalty came after the end of the play.
Okay, second down. That's right. Now throwing down the middle. Got a man open just out of reach at the 15-yard line. Incomplete.
And the guy who was covering him is turning around and going, hey, was I supposed to be covering him?
Jesse McLean, number 25, was about half a yard away from taking that one in for 6. Just out of reach. It'll be third down. 3rd and 16 from midfield. 2 receivers to either side. Ooh, fakes the handoff. Throw complete to 22. And down close to the 40-yard line.
He'll pick off about 8, but...
Yep, they needed 16 is the problem. Oh, right at the 40-yard line. It's 4th and 6 from the 40.
And Templeton will be going for it. Certainly, why not? 23 and 6 over here wide to the right for Templeton.
One man in motion coming from the short side. Fakes that. Throwing deep down the middle. Same play again. Got him again. Completed to 5. Touchdown, Eagle. Jesse McLean. Same play we saw just a moment ago that was just overthrown. This one right on the money. That makes it 49-15 with 6:16 left in the third quarter.
Yep.
Point after coming up. Hoping for no flags.
Yeah.
Here is the snap. Kick is away. Looks good to me. The officials like it as well. 6:16 left here in the third quarter. It is now Templeton 50, Cabrillo 15. And Mike, that makes a difference of 35 points.
Indeed it does.
That's the magic number. Although I don't really expect to see a running clock at this particular juncture.
It doesn't become anything mandatory until the fourth quarter. But it'd be nice if Cooper could get some points on the board here quickly and negate the possibility.
I like the sound of that. I also like the sound of Lompoc Community Bank being one of our sponsors. Thank you so much to everybody down at LCB.
San Ynez up on the Pomo at 21-3.
Lompoc Community Bank, thank you so much for your support of local high school sports and Lompoc community-based radio here at KPEG. Lompoc Community Bank. Well, something we've said way too often tonight. Templeton set to kick off.
Well, Templeton has not quite met their defensive average, but Cabrillo is pretty close.
Dixon with a nice return out to midfield.
Very nice return, actually across midfield to the Templeton 48.
Once again, laying back behind his blockers, letting the wedge form. Then following his lead guys right up the center of the field for a nice return.
Now they need to stick this in the end zone.
About 35 yards on that kick return for Dixon. Sets up the Conquistadors nicely. 1st and 10 at the Eagle 48. Three receivers up to the top. One near side. Anderson from the shotgun. Quick throw. Complete out to the right flat. Makes a little juke and then gets about 2 yards is all. Well, give him 3 to the 45.
Little bubble screen that got popped.
Yes, quickly. Clock now running inside 6 minutes here in the third quarter. Anderson on the keeper. He's going to get tackled at the line of scrimmage.
About a yard.
Quarterback keeper, definitely number 7, Reed Hayes.
Reed Hayes, number 7, on the stop in the backfield quickly for the Eagles. Stops Anderson after a gain of 1. It'll be 3rd down and about 6 from the 44. Anderson back to pass. Throws this one over the head of the intended receiver.
And he got absolutely drilled. There was a free runner coming at him right up the middle.
Jordan Green, the intended receiver here on the near side at the 35. That'll be a 4th down and 6 from the 44. Cabrillo will go for it on 4th down.
Nothing to lose.
Yeah, that's right. 4 receivers again. Anderson back to pass, looking right. Got a man on the far sideline. Complete at the 15 and down inside the 10.
And that was just a simple flood. They basically everybody go deep.
And it was looks like Dixon that came down with it. And a big play for Cabrillo on 4th down.
Yeah.
And they've got 1st and goal at the 7. One up high, 2 here to the near side. A bobble in the background, and this will be dropped for a loss at the 11.
Another low snap.
Anderson had no choice but to just cover that one up to avoid disaster.
Tried to pick it up, but the back was diving on it, and so they both just fell on top. And that's a loss of 4.
2nd down and goal. Ball now on the 11-yard line.
Referee holding him up so that Templeton can.
Anderson, quick pass in the end zone. Nice catch at the goal line. Did he get in? No.
Yeah, they're going to mark. I believe that's Dixon right at the goal line.
Oh, that was Zajkowski on the nice leaping catch at the goal line. Stopped just outside. It'll be 3rd and inches for Cabrillo. Three receivers up top. Henderson will keep it himself. Keeper up the middle. Touchdown, Conquistadors. And they needed that one big, Mike. Big play on 4th down, kept that drive alive, and they'll punch it in from short. And it's 50-21.
3:54 remaining here in the third period. And we'll see if they go for 2.
We'll let you know in just a minute.
Looks like they are.
Looks like they are indeed. Very tight
Tito
formation.
Visa in.
The deep back, that's Visa pushing the pile. Let's see if they give it to him. I don't think they did.
I don't think so. They're talking about it. But
I see no signal. Nope. Attempt is no good. So with 3:54 left here in the third quarter, our score is Templeton 50, Cabrillo 21. And you are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here at 100.9 FM and kpegradio.com. Thanks for being with us.
100.9 FM, just this side of the 101.
He loves to say that. And I love to say this. Thank you to the Pizza Garden. Thank you, Larry, the pizza guy. Appreciate your support, helping us make these broadcasts a reality. The Pizza Garden. Thank you for being a sponsor here this year. Well, Mike, that was a big score for the Conquistadors. They needed that one to get in this game.
That was huge.
Now they need to stop.
Or 3 or 4 of them.
They've been trying these little pooch kicks over the top of the front line. A couple of times they've come pretty close.
Mm-hmm. And now Templeton's going to put 9 guys up there and close.
This is a full-on onside kick this time. Fielded, however, by number 65.
It's not very often you see 65 on the hands team, but
Nick Berna covers that one up. And the bad news about that is that the Eagles will take over on the Cabrillo side of the 50. At the Conquistador 48 with excellent field position and 3:53 left here in the third quarter.
Well, and I think Templeton has decided to start airing it out downfield, but we'll see what they do here.
Routine formation. 4 wides, back to pass on first down. Protection breaking down, now rolling to his left. And he'll keep it himself and have to go out of bounds at about the 42 on the far side of the field. Couldn't find anybody to let that one get to.
Yeah, he's been able to get outside on the formation with much too much ease all night.
Pretty regular on that one.
Pick up a 5 or 6.
Ball at the Cabrillo 42-yard line. We're going to call it 2nd and 5.
And Rigetti leads Santa Maria 21-13 in the third.
Back to the ground game go the Eagles out to the 40-yard line. Pick up a couple.
Number 17, Ryan McTeer, the ball.
Well, just inside the 40. It'll be 3rd down and 2 for Templeton.
Interior defensive line for the Conquistadors. It's a 3rd down, 3rd and 2.
It's the only formation they've been in all night long. They just run it differently. Straight up the middle, ankle tackle at the 30-yard line.
And that was McTeer again, right up the gut.
Somebody grabbed an ankle on the way by, or he would have been gone. First down, however, at the Cabrillo 31.
3:15 to go here in the third. Cabrillo has been able to slow the tempo down somewhat.
Scoville breaks a tackle in the backfield, skips one at the line of scrimmage, and then runs all the way down the far sideline, and he's in for the Eagles score. And 2, maybe 3 broken tackles on that run.
At least.
And the Eagles are back in the end zone.
Mm-hmm. Their ability to break tackles and get big plays in the running game has been really the determining factor tonight.
Yep, I agree. 56-21. Point after coming.
And the
kick is away. Kick is good.
Even without the extra point, they would have reestablished the 35-point differential, right?
57-21 is our score. The Eagles lead the Cabrillo Conquistadors. You are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here at 100.9 FM. I'm Greg, he's Mike, Judy's back in the studio, and we're happy to be here bringing you some Cabrillo football tonight.
And this is the first half of the KPEG Double Dip Weekend.
Where will we be tomorrow?
La Playa Stadium, if we can get transportation.
Yes.
That's an inside joke, folks.
Yes.
We will be there one way or another.
At my expense. Yeah, we'll get there one way or another. Don't you worry.
Well,
if we have to take a cab.
Whose expense? Where should it be at?
Speaking of things to be thankful for, we want to thank Rose Isaac of Rose's Embroidery and Anything Athletic for being with us tonight. We appreciate your support, Rose. We know we can count on you every year, and we love you.
Always.
Rose's Embroidery and Anything Athletic. So, the lead is now 36, which qualifies for a running clock. We'll see what they do in the fourth quarter in that regard. Right now, the Eagles will, have I said this before? The Eagles will kick off.
Yeah.
Nice end-over-end kick, fielded at about the 12, setting up the wedge again.
I think that's...
Is that Dixon? Nope.
No, I think that's Zajkowski.
Zajkowski gets out to the 30.
Took it to about the 14, and then...
Right around a 15-yard return. Cabrillo will take over first and 10 at their own 30-yard line with 2:53 left in the third quarter. Well, Cabrillo's got some talented players. We just need to...
Well, we're talking about consistency, and that's certainly been the problem tonight.
First down, Conks at their own 30. 3 receivers. Anderson on the keeper, designed.
Yeah.
Breaks a couple of tackles at the line of scrimmage and gets into the secondary. Across the 40 to about the 42.
Took 3 guys to shove him out. That was one of the better plays Cabrillo's had.
Anderson doing a nice job running the ball tonight. Some of the throws have not quite been as accurate as he would have liked, I think, but...
Sometimes that's been pressure, and sometimes that's been confusion. And I'm not sure confusion on whose part. But,
first and 10, we go back to the air.
Oh.
Pass broken up at the 35-yard line.
That was a nice job by Taylor Miller dropping back there to get a hand on that. Otherwise, Sedchowski would have had a nice 20, 30-yard pickup.
As it is, it's an incomplete pass and second down and 10. Clock stop at 2:36 left in the third. 4 receivers. Anderson rolling to his left. Zajkowski had it for a second and he hit right after he touched the ball. Incomplete. A little slow getting up, but pulls himself up, shakes himself off, and says, okay, let's play ball. Third down after the incompletion. One receiver up top to the short side of the field. 3 wides here to our side. Anderson looking left all the way. Got a man. Stripped out, incomplete.
Ball hung up there a little bit, and that was Miller getting over again to break it up.
Jordan Green reached up and got it, but Miller able to scrape it out of his hands for the incompletion. Gonna go for it on fourth down?
Yeah, might as well.
Okay. Anderson rolling to his right again. This will complete a hit hard and fast.
And no gain on the play.
Joey Brown caught the ball, then caught a chest full of helmet.
Indeed, he did. And Anderson was under some duress on that one as well, and he had to get rid of it quickly.
So going forward on fourth down, as you might expect, this time Cabrillo comes up short. Successful the last time they tried it, not this time, and they'll turn the ball over on downs. First and 10 for the Eagles at the Cabrillo 42.
Cabrillo just has not been able to make plays when they needed to make plays.
Number 21, Michael Avery, the ball.
Michael Avery weaving his way through traffic, a little spin move, and gets down to the 35. Pickup of about 7.
Yeah.
And a Cabrillo player down on the field. Mike?
Oh, no.
The last thing we want to see.
Gain is good to the 35-yard line.
Clock stop with 2:06 left in the third.
When Avery goes into the second half, second.
Cannot tell who that is yet. We will let you know as soon as we can see a number.
And we should add tonight, I think it's very much a blessing to us that the numbers for both these teams are readable to legible.
Yes. Thank you to Templeton and Cabrillo for giving us jerseys we can read.
Yes. There are some that you might as well give us hieroglyphics.
Are you listening to Pomo?
Yeah.
Okay, that is, who is that? Is that a 33?
That looks like 33, and it looks
Spencer
like a lower extremity.
Being helped off the field, limping noticeably. Cawthron, a 5'8", 174-pound junior linebacker. Walking very, very gingerly with assistance. And appears to be in a fair amount of discomfort.
Moving just a little bit.
All right, so he's off the field safely and hobbling over to the bench to get looked at further.
Pioneer Valley has actually scored, but it's 38-7, Arroyo Grande.
Second down and 3. Avery will find some space on the far side.
6 guys needed to get him out of bounds. Never did go down.
Gets inside the 25 to about the 22. Plenty for a first down and a whole lot more.
Minute 52 remaining here in the third.
And the Templeton Eagles on the move once again.
At the Cabrillo 22.
First and 10 Eagles.
Avery again.
Breaks a couple of tackles at the line of scrimmage and powers his way down to about the 17. And when I say break tackles,
yeah.
That's been the theme tonight.
Yards after contact for Templeton has been
2nd and 5.
Oh!
Pass broken up. Almost picked off.
Yeah. That would have been a nice little jaunt if he'd been able to reel that in.
Could have been a pick 6.
Pass broken up on a play by number 34, Daniel Pacheco.
Daniel Pacheco on the defense there for the Conquistadors. Nice play. And it's 3rd down and 5. Back to the ground game. Big gap up the middle. He's in. Is he? Yes. Touchdown. Templeton Eagles.
That was McTeer again.
McTeer straight up the middle, a gaping hole. And nothing but green until they got to about the 2-yard line. Then they kind of rolled over a couple of would-be tacklers and got in. That's now 63-21. Point after coming out.
Minute 6 remaining. Third quarter.
Kick is away. Right down the middle as usual. 1:06 left here in the third quarter. Templeton is on the board again. It's now Eagles 64, Conquistadors 21. You are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here at 100.9 FM and kpegradio.com. Tonight is Cabrillo. Tomorrow is Lompoc. I'm Mike.
He's Greg.
Something like that. And Judy's Judy.
The boss.
Hey, thank you so much to our good friends over at Sunset Auto Center. I want to thank you to Cheryl and George Bedford for stepping up and helping us make these broadcasts a reality tonight and all season long. Sunset Auto Center. When you see them downtown, tell them thank you.
Especially if you see them at their place of business. That'd be real good.
That's even better. Well, we got just over a minute left in the third. The lead is now 43.
With a minute 6 before we get to the officials' discretion for a running clock.
I think they might be discreet about that.
Yep.
Dare I say it? Templeton to kick off.
Yeah, kick it over to Dixon this time.
Fielded at the 13.
You've got a little bit of a lane.
Jersey tackle at the 43. Return of about 30 there for Dixon. And the Cabrillo Conquistadors will take over 1st and 10 at their own 43-yard line with just under a minute left here in the third quarter.
And the real difference in this game is that Templeton has tackled much better than Cabrillo has. If Dixon had been able to break that tackle, he was gone, and he didn't. Not that he hasn't been playing his heart out tonight.
That he has.
Templeton has been able to get guys on the ground, and Cabrillo has.
5 receivers set, and jumping high in the air is Jordan Green to bring this one down.
Pick up a 12.
High pointed that one and brought it down. Good job. Good hands there by Jordan Green.
That was one of the better plays Cabrillo's had.
1st and 10 from the Templeton 44 now. Anderson runs into his own guy, but still picks up about 3 yards on the design keeper.
Down to the 40. Templeton. I'll give that 4.
I'll give him 4, yeah. 2nd and 6 from the Eagle 40. From the shotgun is Anderson, looking to throw all the way. Again, Jordan Green, same play, same result. Out of bounds at the 28. And another first down for Cabrillo. Cabrillo picking up the pace a little bit. 5 receivers again. Slant out of the hands of the receiver and into the hands of the defender. This one's intercepted.
Number 33.
Chase Howland.
And he is still not down. And
finally will get gang tackled at the 29-yard line. And what looked like it might be a promising drive by the Conquistadors is brought to a halt by a turnover.
And saw a bunch of missed tackles on that return, too. And picked it off right around the 15, I believe, and they didn't stop him until he got out to the 30. He basically ran through the entire team.
Well, the ball carromed off the Cabrillo receiver right into the hands of Chase Howland. He was in the right place at the right time. And 5 seconds left here in the third quarter, and the Eagles will take over on offense at their own 30. Traditional set for the Eagles, 2 wides to either side, shotgun, 1 lone back. Nobody in motion this time. Ground game we go. Straight up the middle for no gain. Back to the line of scrimmage. And that will bring the third quarter to a close. 3 quarters done here at Houck Stadium tonight. At the end of 3, it's Templeton 64, Cabrillo 21. You are listening to the KPEG Game of the Week right here on your home for local sports, 100.9 KPEG.
KPEGradio.com.
Looking forward to getting on the road tomorrow and traveling down to Aquia. for our game 2 of our double dip. After that, next Friday, we'll be back here at Houck to bring you Rigetti versus Lompoc. Kind of a little homestand going on here. Then we'll be here at Houck once again on the 29th when Morro Bay comes to visit the Cabrillo Conquistadors.
Start of good things, hopefully, for the Conks.
Okay, we'll turn around and go the other way. First and second down, 10. And a gain of about 5.
Yeah, hand it off again to Luis Gomez, number 45 again. This time he actually picks up some yardage. Just about 5.
Yeah, we'll give it 3rd and 5.
Third and 5, and it'd be real nice if they could stop him here, but...
Yeah, not going to. Across the 40 to the 42.
I think that's Gomez again.
I think you're right. Luis Gomez. Enough for a first down out to the Eagle 42.
And they're out to the 42 with 11.
Fakes the handoff.
Oh, goodness.
That's Scoville. A foot race on the far side. He makes it to the outside. It is a 10 to the 5. Touchdown, Eagles. Scoville just faked the handoff, rolled out to the right, dashed through a hole at the line, and then outraced everybody to the end zone. Wow.
58 yards on that one.
And that takes the score to 70. PAT coming up.
Yep, and for the second week in a row, we've hit 70, Greg.
And I thought it was unusual.
It used to be.
Yeah. Point after is away. It is. There's something usual. It's good. 10:55 left in the game. It is now Templeton 71, Cabrillo 21. The lead is 50. Did you see any indication from the officials about a running clock? Right?
I have not seen any yet, and the timers do not appear to be running a clock, but now we have some officials talking to each other down there. St. Joe is up on Bishop Diego 23-17 in the fourth quarter. San Luis Obispo has opened it up a little bit on Morro Bay. It's 24-3. Rigetti leads Santa Maria 27-13. Cajon is still thumping Paso 48-21. Atascadero trails Frontier 24-7. Arroyo Grande has defeated Pioneer Valley 38-7. That was the final. And San Ynez also a final 35-3 over Napomo.
I'm surprised to hear Paso Robles and Cascadero on the short end of some scores this year.
Yeah, well, they're not playing the Little Sisters of the Poor either. So. Cajon has won some division championships in the last decade or so.
Fields at about the 16.
Yeah.
That's Dixon. Breaks away. He's at midfield. Down the far sideline. Breaks a tackle at the 30-45. Still on his feet.
Move.
Still going.
Really great cut.
And all the way down to the 20-yard line or so. Beautiful return by Ben Dixon. I'll put the ball just inside the 20-yard line. 30, 40, 50, 65 yards.
Something like that. Took it at the 16.
Spotted at the 18.
So 68 yards.
And Cabrillo has terrific starting field position for this possession with 10:02 left.
Stick this one.
Anderson
takes
a snap. Ball is loose. Flag is down.
And we've got all kinds of things going on here.
Looks like Cabrillo has recovered the loose ball, or he was down before it came out. Either way. Now we'll check the flag. It's back at the line of scrimmage.
Ooh, Bishop Diego is just taking the lead against St. Joe, 24-23.
Huh. Whatever the flag was, they're going to pick it up and wave it off. That's the good news. And for those of you who are watching the clock, it is running. Apparently. Second down and 4 now after a 6-yard pickup. And a flag down.
Inside of a minute left, Bishop Diego has taken a 24-23 lead over St. Joseph.
Let's see what this one's about. Offsides against the Eagles. Well, that's going to give Cabrillo a free first down, Mike. I like it. First and goal, as a matter of fact. From about the 7, it looks like.
About 8:48 to go. Here in the 4th.
From the shotgun, Anderson on the keeper. He should go in. Yes. Jackson Anderson walks into the end zone, standing up. Touchdown, Conquistador.
Yeah, I don't know what the over-under on this game was, but I think we're over.
Yeah.
$8.24.
Just shy of 100 total points here tonight. 71-27 with the point after coming. Cabrillo will go for 2. Anderson throws. This one is tipped at the line and incomplete.
Had a guy open out there in the flat.
So the 2-point conversion is not successful. 8:24 remaining. Our score is now Templeton 71, Cabrillo 27. 98 total points. We still got 8:24 left.
And Morro Bay has scored a touchdown against St. Louis to close to within 14.
So it seems that we will have a running clock for the remainder of the 4th quarter, so we will take an opportunity while we have it here to thank all of our sponsors once again. Remember, folks, it's our sponsors that make these broadcasts possible. So thank you so much to the Box Shop, Frederick Quality Plumbing, Hammond Overhead Door, Lompoc Community Bank, the Pizza Garden, Roses Embroidery and Anything Athletic, Sunset Auto Center, the Surf Connection, Tom's Restaurant, and Wilkerson Chiropractic. Thank you so much for your support of local sports and local community radio.
Onside kick again, and Miller fell on top of it for Templeton.
So again, good starting position for the Eagles on the Cabrillo side of the 50. This time the 49.
13 possession for Templeton. Hopefully, that proves to be somewhat unlucky for them.
Clock running under 8 minutes now.
If you happen to be a Triskaidekaphobian.
Who?
Triskaidekaphobian. Ball right up to 49.
How do you spell that?
Carefully.
First down, Eagles. 2 receivers to either side.
Hand off to Avery for a couple.
Looks like they'll give him 1 to the 48. And they were at the 49 and a half, so I guess your pleasure, 1 or 2.
Give them a meter.
Okay, I like it. We're going to call it 2nd and 9.
A 2 minus.
Avery hit in the backfield this time for a loss of a couple back to midfield. I don't think Templeton is too concerned about anything except running some numbers off the clock. 3rd and 10 from the 50. 1 man in motion. He'll get the handoff.
It's 7.
That's Reed Hayes sweeping right.
And he was headed for some green grass, and somebody just managed to grab an ankle.
Out to the 43. Gain of about 7.
Yeah. Appropriate for number 7.
And we have a holding call, however, on the Eagles, and this one will come back.
We're ticking down to 6 minutes here to go.
Halfway through the fourth quarter as they march the ball back to the 42-yard line
of Templeton.
Third down in a bunch now. They need to get down to just across the Cabrillo 40. Templeton content to stick to the ground game, even on 3rd and long.
Yeah, Harold loses a yard.
Back to the 41, and it'll be 4th down. And I think actually Templeton is actually going to punt this one away, right?
You got to get the punter some work.
He's had the whole night off, hasn't he?
Yeah.
Fourth and about 19. The Eagles will punt this one away. It looks like Dixon back deep for Cabrillo at the 30. Fair catch called for and made at the 35. So that's where the Cabrillo Conquistadors will take over. 1st and 10 at their own 35-yard line. Clock running under 5 minutes remaining.
Well, I guess that possession was somewhat unlucky for Templeton. Cabrillo takes over at their own 35-yard line.
Next week, Cabrillo will be on the road to force the Napomo Titans. Pass incomplete, intended to Dixon around the 45-yard line, overthrown.
Templeton will actually take on San Ynez. That should be an interesting matchup. That'll be Templeton's first home game.
I wonder if it's their homecoming. 2nd and 10 here. 3 receivers up top, 1 to the near side. That's Dixon alone. Anderson now looking to his left, throws complete. And tackled short of a 1st down by about a yard.
Cabrillo broke 1 tackle, but couldn't get more.
Towns on the catch, I believe. It'll be 3rd down and short. 3.5 remaining. Anderson, the 1-step drop and keeps it himself. He's done that quite a bit tonight. Breaks some tackles and finally gets bumped out of bounds at about the 40-yard line. You know, I like Jackson Anderson, Mike. He's got some poise. He's got some guts. Carries the ball well.
Yeah, Cabrillo finally starting to break some tackles in this game, but too little, too late.
3 minutes remaining. Again, Anderson getting to the secondary and breaks the tackle at the 30 and falls forward to the 25.
We're seeing some substitution from Templeton. Not a whole lot. They don't really have that bigger roster, but
I think there's more players on the field than there are on the bench right now for Templeton. It's a little bit of an exaggeration, but not much. 1st and 10, Cabrillo from the 25. Anderson from the shotgun, looking down the middle of the field. This one will be incomplete.
Tried to hit Dixon again, I think. And somebody definitely did hit Dixon.
Yes, as he pulls himself up off the turf. Approaching 2 minutes now, and 2nd and 10. I'm sure Cabrillo would like to punch one in before 4 zeros come across.
Yep.
But they're not in a terrible hurry to get this play off.
No.
Anderson bobbles the snap. Good bounce, though. Picks it up, gets the pass away complete.
Does throw.
Little move and tackled at about the 16-yard line. Joey Brown on the catch. And Cabrillo will stop the clock, Mike, using a timeout with 1:38 remaining. So they do indeed want to get a score in before it's over.
Well, who doesn't?
Indeed. We'll pick up where we left up on our broadcast schedule. On the 6th, we'll be traveling with the Braves to Pioneer Valley. On the 13th, we'll be back here with Cabrillo. Not back here, but we'll be with Cabrillo as they travel to Santa Ynez. Then we'll see Santa Ynez 2 weeks in a row, actually, as Santa Ynez comes to visit the Lompoc Braves on the 20th. We'll do St. Joseph versus Lompoc here on the 27th, and then finish up the regular season on November 3rd for the big game, Lompoc versus Cabrillo. Cabrillo being the home team this year.
And we have a final from San Ynez. Bishop Diego wins by a point.
Oh.
24-23.
So we have a 3rd down and 1. Ball's on the 16-yard line. We got 1:38 to play. Waiting for the whistle to start.
Dixon wide right. Mason Towns in the slot on the right. Along with number 2, Zajkowski. And
now we got some substitutions.
Well, Joey Brown has to come out because he lost his helmet on the prior play and he can't be in.
That's right. Quick pass to Dixon, complete on the far side, tackled inside the 10 and about the 8. It's enough for a first down. That stops the clock long enough to move the chains.
Well, it would if we didn't have a running clock.
Oh, well, that's true. It's still running. Yeah.
Down to the 8-yard line.
Clock running at 1:15.
Henderson throws it out to,
That's Mason Towns, makes the catch, but straightened up right afterwards. Virtually no gain on the play. And we are now just inside a minute remaining. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 9. Had a man at the goal line complete and threw it behind him, incomplete. And timeout Cabrillo, stopping the clock with 37.6 seconds remaining. And that's got to drive the Templeton coaches crazy, probably.
Yep. And he tried to get to Zajkowski again and threw it behind him.
Well, we've got 37.6 seconds left. Cabrillo trying to punch one last score in.
I believe they do have one more timeout.
I think you're right. 71-27 is our score. Cabrillo trying to make it.
Templeton has 3 timeouts, but if they call them,
I will fall off my stool.
Well, I think if they call them, somebody over the Templeton sideline will go thump somebody upside the head.
Yes. It'll be a 3rd down and goal from the 9.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how the wash comes out in the Northern League this year with Templeton, Santa Maria, and Napomo.
Quick pass, incomplete at the goal line, intended for Brown.
Yeah, trying to find Joey Brown, and 4th down comes up.
4th down.
And they're going to line up and
opting not to take their final remaining timeout. So last play of the game, Anderson on the keeper, trying to break away, still on his feet to the 5. Can he get in? Did he? Did he? No!
Just short.
Stopped a half a yard shy.
And the clock stops with 6.1.
And now it's running. And that's it. Cabrillo stopped a half a yard short on the final play of the night.
Unanimous choice by the press box. Quarterback, number 6, Jackson Anderson.
Just announced by PA announcer Dan Duffy, player of the game for the Cabrillo Conquistadors, quarterback Jackson Anderson. And I would completely agree with that. Players lining up at the 50-yard line to congratulate themselves, each other, as is the case. And, well, Mike, you had your first look at Cabrillo. What's your overall assessment?
Well, they have some very correctable things that they can do, but the primary thing they need to do is play better, more consistently, and I think that ties it in with what Coach Pateras told us, or told you on Wednesday in the pregame.
Yep. They showed some glimmers of stuff that some things that can be worked on, some things that can be improved.
Yep.
And I think I like Coach Pateras. I like his attitude. I like his theory on things.
They've got some work to do.
And he's the man I think that can make them do it. All right.
We've got finals. AG 38-7 over Pioneer Valley. San Ynez 35-3 over Napomo. Rigetti 35-13 over Santa Maria. Bishop Diego 24-23 over St. Joseph. Cajon 48-21 over Paso. Atascadero Frontier is still, I guess, in the third quarter. That one's 31-7 Frontier.
So lots of action around the Central Coast in prep football tonight, and we had a doozy here at Houck Stadium. Don't forget, folks, we'll be back on the air again tomorrow night, 6:45 for pregame kickoff at 7 o'clock when we go down to Santa Barbara City College and LaPlaya Stadium to watch the Lompoc Braves take on the Santa Barbara Dons. We'll be there. Tune in at 100.9 FM at 6:45 to catch all the action. In the meantime, we're done here at Houck Stadium for tonight. Our final score, once again, Templeton 71, Cabrillo 27. For Judy back at the studio and for Mike Loney to my right, my name is Greg Ratcliffe. Thank you so much for being with us, and we'll see you tomorrow night from LaPlaya Stadium. Good night, everybody.